Jeff and Jeffrey show on the airwaves, glowing, letting everybody know. Jeff and Jeff, got the hound driving through the flow. Pirate Steve on the side, Adam Green in tow. Go and Jeff yourself, get ready to groove. Let Chef Jeff make the move. In the studio,
great intro.
Well, ham and eggs.
Bump like a car straight from the drove.
You're in there. Do you hear yourself?
I heard myself.
Okay.
Pirate Steve drop jokes, comedy gold.
How did you get YG to do an intro for you?
Dude, I don't even know who this is, but I was like, this is actually pretty dope.
Yeah. Chef Jeff spinning fire, cooking in the
Chef Jeff. That's my favorite.
Let him cook.
It just said Pirate Steve X marks the spot. Oh, I love you.
Unbelievable.
Jeffrey Joe.
It's an unbelievable age we are living in.
Holy moly.
Of course, welcome to the Jeffy and Jeffrey Show live on Saddleback Radio. It is Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. It is currently top of the 5 p.m. hour, and what a lovely evening it is. We, of course, have Mr. Adam Green as my ongoing, what is this, like 7 in a row, 8 in a row?
Right. Good evening, Saddleback.
And then Steve McLaughlin.
Yeah, buddy.
Welcome back, Steve. And of course, you are a 5-timers club.
We are
Of
5-timers.
the Jeffrey Show.
Yes.
This, I think, is the official 5-5.
I heard-
You get a
heard-
T-shirt.
Jeffy shirt.
I heard that I got a shirt,
Jeffy
dude.
shirt.
What size are you?
I'm an XL, baby.
Well, all you get is a large.
It's
because
only
that's all
the biceps.
I
You're going to have to cut the biceps
And you know
off.
what?
Cut the
You know
sleeves
what?
off. That baby.
Kelly saw your shirt and she was like, I would love a shirt. And so,
Dude,
There you go.
I have another design of a T-shirt that I'm excited to have next, but it'll be down the road.
Love it.
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
But yeah, welcome back to the Jeffy and Jeffrey Show. Of course, Steve, I'm always happy to have you here. Let's just get into it. I don't even know. Actually, I wasn't even prepared.
Don't worry. I prepared everything. Tonight.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Or just hit the Steve the Pirate cannon sound and just.
I know. Actually,
Is there one of those?
No, we do have a
Listen
Steve
to
the
this.
Play
Pirate opener here.
He played this the first time it came on. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, there you go.
But
Oh my gosh. I love it.
I know.
You got to have it. Yeah, a little call sign.
Well,
Perfect.
Let's get
I
into
get some baseball home run thing. You got a baseball home run thing? for
Oh
me?
yeah. Of course, Green.
hear
I'm
yours.
sorry. I
I get this
apologize.
one.
Let's hear
I get
this one.
I haven't played baseball in 25 years. I get this.
he's like, I quit in junior high.
I'm 21.
That's good though. I like that
Yeah,
one.
exactly. Sure. There it is.
Let's get into some recent shows that we're watching, because I thought it would be cool to recommend some new shows. Steve,
do it.
you always have something good that you're watching. What are you watching these days?
I finished.
Dora the Explorer.
Hey, if we want to start a roasting session, I can take it, bro. I can take it.
The
Dude,
Bachelorette.
I'm the one who watches that. I watch Bluey every day. So go ahead.
You know what? When I used to babysit my nephew, I used to watch Bubba Guppies.
Yeah.
And then I watched Peppa Pig.
There you go.
And I remember he'd go again. And I'm like, this season? He's like, no, that episode. I'm like, you want to watch that one again? Oh my
4 more times.
See, it's a thing.
Back to back.
Yeah.
I got into Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And Yellowstone's a great
How
show.
far are you along?
I finished it. And I remember I was telling you, like, when I finished the final season, they did rush a little, but it's weird. I was telling Jeff the other night, I don't know if you caught this or not, but there's been a few shows that I've been watching. I'm like, this show's awesome. And then sure enough, at the end, it says written and produced by Taylor Sheridan. And I'm like, this guy is...
He's everywhere.
Dude,
He's everything.
we
He
have to
writes
have
every
our
show.
we have to have our weekly mention of Taylor Sheridan. It's
Yes,
like
of
every
course,
time we
of
have to get a
course.
little hype for him.
It's our manly talk.
Well,
manly
Tulsa
talk.
King? Did you catch Tulsa King?
So
Yes.
no, not yet.
It's great.
Yes, second season was great.
Everything
I
he
watched
does
that
is
one as
great.
well.
What
Second
about
season.
Landman? Landman?
So that's my next one that I'm
Landman.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Landman's the one.
Landman
So-
is the ish.
And then
Yes.
he did the other one that was the Lady Panther, or what's it called?
Lioness.
Lioness.
I didn't watch Lioness.
I heard that one's good too.
That's
He
Zoe
does
Saldana,
everything
right?
Zoe Saldana, yeah.
He does everything right.
She's everywhere right now. She's got an Oscar nomination.
Well, yeah, sure. I don't
I'm
know
never
for
gonna
what-
watch that
for
movie. It's
Lioness
like
or
this
what?
really
Nope.
it looks like a terrible musical,
Nope.
but they are getting Oscars for it.
So the Taylor Sheridan thing blew me away because remember he was Chief Hale in Sons of Anarchy.
He actually is the guy?
He's the actual
No
cop. He's the
way.
actor.
See, I only watched like 2 episodes of Sons of
Okay, so
Anarchy.
Sons, he does that, and then I told Jeff
Apparently, I didn't hear about that.
when
yeah.
you look at his IMDb or whatever, he's got a couple acting gigs that you're like, oh yeah, and then he like bailed on it to be to find his calling, in my opinion.
Yeah.
To be this like writer producer, fantastic.
No, he's a
Yeah.
superstar. He knows exactly what he's doing. And
But he looks like an actor too.
The insider tip on him is he gets a whole writing room only because he has to. With the WGA, he has to have this whole writer's room but he does the whole script himself, and then just goes, "Everybody, look, sounds good." No adjustments, no notes. The end. They're not allowed to give him any notes. He just has to have them hired at the end.
That's the best way of
Well,
I mean, if
it
you're going
took
to be.
me-
Every word that's written is his words.
Well, it took me a while on Yellowstone. I think till the second to last episode of not the final season, but the fourth or fifth season.
Yeah.
To where we were reading the cast, like the credits, and my wife goes, "Wait, he's in it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he's that Travis guy who's the
Yeah.
horse trainer."
Yeah.
And he wrote himself
He's
in
so manly,
such a good.
dude.
I
What do you
didn't.
want me
Yeah.
to say?
I
He's
didn't.
such a stud.
I didn't
He's
put
like
two.
Robert Redford, but Superman.
I didn't realize who Taylor Sheridan was with the horse trainer guy. Yeah, he was.
Very sarcastic.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun to write
Yeah.
yourself into a show, I imagine, but like he wrote himself in as like a G. And I was
Yeah.
like,
He's like, I'm not.
He's gonna do that.
He's like, I'm not.
Yes.
What is? You know the line better. He's like, I'm driving $100,000 worth of horses. I'm
No,
not
he
letting
says,
anybody
He
drive.
says,
Yeah.
I'm driving an $80,000 truck with a $120,000 trailer with a $250,000 worth of horses in this thing. You think I'm going to let you drive? No, I'm driving and I'm fine. And I have another coffee coming.
See,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
he knows
he's-
exactly what he's saying. Dude, get ready for Landman.
Yeah,
It's
Landman.
good.
It's the best writing of
I
any
heard
one of
it's
his
good.
shows, I think. Because I'm Yellowstone, 1993 or whatever, 1923, 1883, those ones. But I haven't seen Tulsa King yet or Lioness. But I swear when you watch this show, you're going to be like, that is some of the best writing I've heard. Because Billy Bob
Yeah.
is that sharp.
Yeah.
You're like, Billy Bob, oh, dude, bring it.
Yeah, but
He
when
just
they stray
drops
off, they
these
stray
lines.
away from the oil part
Yes.
to have like his wife and his daughter side
so
stories.
good.
But they're, I mean, obviously we're men and we like to look at these women and it's cool, but it has nothing
They're
to
not
do with the
unattractive.
oil.
Yeah.
Well, and I've heard, because I've seen a lot of clips, you watch clips from shows on like YouTube and Instagram, and a couple of the ones that have come up have been, who is that comedic? He's in the Ant-Man movies and he's a Mexican
Paul
actor.
Rudd?
No, the Mexican actor.
Yeah.
He's comedic.
Michael Cena.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Cena?
Michael
Michael
Pena.
Michael Pena. Yeah,
Michael Pena.
Michael
Yeah.
Pena is
John
like
Cena. Yeah. See you later.
John Cena.
I was just
Michael
listening to
Pena,
that.
yeah.
Michael Pena's like scenes have been like
He's
out of
only-
control, and I'm like, he's in like a quarter of the show.
He's in one episode.
He's in one episode. No, you can't.
Well, that's, I mean, dude, come on.
It's
That's-
kind of
Spoiler
like
alert.
it's kind of, but it's like kind of like the what do you call it? Like the plot, part of the main
yeah,
plot
the
of the whole
roots.
season.
Yeah,
Roots,
the scene
you
where
know?
they're eating like spicy
Yes.
food. I saw that whole scene.
Yeah.
That's great.
And I was like, dude, he's in this. And then someone else said, dude, you should see like the cameos that like
Yeah.
pop up in the show. So I'm really excited to watch Landman.
That's fun.
There's an insane cameo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to ruin that
Yeah.
one, dude.
No
I'm
more
not gonna say-
spoilers.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
a word.
Hashtag
There's
no
an-
more spoilers.
Yeah. Hashtag no
It's
more
so good.
spoilers.
That, and then I've been watching. I stopped watching Walking Dead because it kind of got whatever.
Oh, I don't watch Walking Dead.
And
I
then I
haven't
got-
watched this since I lived with Jeff.
I got back into it. It's gotten pretty good at like season 5.
Who's in it?
Oh.
now? Who's in it?
So they
Because
have
they get
the
the
original
skin.
guy?
I left when there was like they were wearing the skin of the zombies.
Okay.
The skinwalkers.
So-
that old bit.
There's a couple really good.
It was actually kind of interesting. It's just
Well-
I just didn't. It's not that I lost interest. It was just it's too much television, man.
Right when Jeffrey D. Morgan died, that's when I stopped watching.
So
Like, that's when
he plays
I
He
Negan,
died?
right?
Didn't he die? Or
No,
like
he didn't die.
the president or
He
whatever
plays
his name
Negan,
was?
right?
Yeah, Negan. Right
He
when
doesn't.
Negan
He's
was
not
done.
dead. He's not dead.
So whenever he was done, they broke down.
I
that
think they
whole
kept him
place,
going.
The prison or whatever.
Yeah.
That's when I stopped.
So I haven't gotten to Negan yet. He hasn't appeared yet. But
Yeah.
they have done that a
3?
couple times. I'm on season I think 4 or 5 now.
Yeah. Okay.
So they
you still
have,
got a little
They
bit.
have done that a few times where she'll wear like a big poncho that's covered in like zombie blood and they can't smell her. It's here. Cool.
It's like Lady Gaga wearing the beef suit. Same thing.
Oh god.
Same thing.
It's clever.
Yeah.
Really good idea
It's
doing
good.
her eyebrows like that.
It's
That's why she
good,
did
but
it.
I'm now getting to the point where I'm like, how much longer can they really? They've got like a spin-off show for each character who survived.
This is where
yeah.
I don't know how long
Yeah.
I can keep.
This is
watching
where I
this.
get turned off by the show is because they're doing
Exactly.
way too many spin-offs. It's so
Exactly.
annoying.
I don't like it. Right when my brother came into town, he was watching it as the first episode he ever watched. And he goes, dude, the zombies don't even run. He's all, I can moonwalk away from those zombies.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I'm like, I'm done with the zombie show. I'm
Yeah,
like,
the
that was
scariest
it.
zombies
I
are
like
the
fast
28
zombies.
days later.
Yes, give me the fast zombies,
Dawn of the
man.
Dead.
What's
World
the
War
Brad
Z.
Pitt one? World War
World War
Z.
Z.
Yeah.
That's the best
where they're
one.
The World War Z is the most insane because they can
Yes.
climb walls.
Exactly.
That was wild, dude.
Yes.
When I watched that,
Give me the crazy zombies.
I read that book though. It's a total different storyline.
well, yeah.
The one at the end where he's like chopping the
teeth.
teeth. Oh my gosh.
You know what
that
I
was
did?
crazy.
You know what I finished?
Last of Us is great.
Yes.
You know what I finished recently, which was good, and
Fast zombies.
I didn't like the ending. Was did you guys watch Vikings, the original Vikings?
No, I didn't
did,
watch it.
didn't you?
No, I didn't watch it.
Somebody I just talked to just
I think I watched
Vikings,
a
and they were
couple
like, dude.
episodes.
Vikings is so good.
I think my mom watched that. And she
they
was
kinda-
like,
It
Well,
"Adam,
must
you should
be.
watching
How many
this."
seasons is it? Like 7?
Six.
Six?
It's a lot of seasons.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's good, and it does keep you watching. But then, like you said, it kind of like maybe a little Yellowstone-ish, where they just sort of like through the ending together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, okay,
little underwhelming.
That's nice.
Because like sometimes I think some writers are smart where they're like, I have a timeline where it's gonna end.
Like
Some-
The Office. The Office killed their ending in the best way.
Yeah,
I
but
think.
they didn't-
They built up.
But I felt like they just kept going because they were getting high ratings. I'm saying like some shows they write it at like I'm only do 4 seasons. You know.
Right.
But if the ratings are high, then the network will come to you or the studio and they'll say, hey, you gotta,
Pretty please.
let's keep going.
Yeah, but then
some of them will shut it down. There's a couple shows that do just go, dude, that's all I had. That's all this
what
story is.
Breaking Bad, I think he probably ended it at 4 seasons intentionally, not like to
I
keep
think that's
going.
great.
Or maybe it was like 4.5
Vince
seasons.
Gilligan,
Yeah.
excellent work.
What did I say?
Well-
Did I say 2? What did
I
I
think
say?
you're right. 4.
No, what did I say? The writer, Vince
they
Gilligan?
wrote-
Vince
What-
Gilligan.
I think
Okay.
they wrote
Yeah.
5 seasons of that, wasn't there?
I think it was 5 maybe, but I'm saying it was like he intended to end it in this certain way. Like
Yeah.
he didn't want it to just
Well,
milk the whole.
The writers and
Ratings.
producers of Sons, they purposely don't show. You guys watch Sons, right? You didn't.
I didn't watch it.
Well, not to give it away.
I
It's
got-
okay. It's okay. You can spoil
So
it.
the-
I
won't
watched
go
the
back.
first 2 seasons.
Okay, so rewatch like Sons, give it a shot because it is so great and it kind of does glorify. I'm not gonna lie, when I was watching it, I was like, I kind of want a bike and a gun now. And so what it does is at the end, they don't really show like the main character getting quick. They sort of whatever because he had said it. I know what's going to happen. This show is going to. And he wrote himself in as a character, a great character too,
Right.
the writer.
There you go.
They said if there's ever a spinoff, we could kind of pass it off as maybe he's still alive. And I was like,
Yeah, that's what they
Dude,
did
that's
with
like the Avengers. You don't cut off their heads; they're still alive.
Yeah.
You know? It's got to happen.
That's
They
like
don't
the rule.
blow up or
you
cut
can
off their
in
heads.
MCU you can revive.
They're gonna
anybody.
do
Yeah,
that. They're gonna
everybody's
do
alive.
that. They do that in Walking Dead.
Exactly.
yeah.
No, I won't say who,
Exactly.
but if there's like with all the spin-offs, they're gonna do that.
It's so true. It's so true.
But then like Daryl's in France now.
I caught that and I was like, okay, you took a boat to France. How did you get there, dog? How'd you get there?
That's
all
where I'm
about
like, this is too much
motorcycle,
because like
dude.
Michonne's in Italy and like Rick's in like, and I'm like, okay, all right.
I think
so-
they're together
no,
or something like
they
that.
all have their own show now. It's Michonne,
Oh.
Daryl, and Rick. They all.
Who's all
I'm
watching
not buying
this?
it, you guys. I'm not buying it. I'm not watching
Apparently,
that.
a lot of people are watching.
Yeah, I
this
think
still.
people are watching it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you
There's
guys?
diehard
What are you?
fans.
What are you watching right now?
I just. Where am I at? You guys go. Hold on. Let me. Think
I'm
for a second.
I'm at Shrinking. I'm at season 2, episode
Okay,
1.
Shrinking. I just finished.
What is
That's my
Shrinking?
favorite show on television besides The Bear. And then
You like
and
The
then-
Bear?
I love The Bear.
It's the
There's nothing better to me than The Bear.
I love the bear.
I'm not gonna lie. Season 1 gave me anxiety a little bit because of all
in
the
the
yelling.
best way. I love the anxiety. I
Yeah.
want it.
Well,
I want
cooking's
the anxiety.
like then there's never been a real cooking show. So
Joel McHale. Shout out to Joel McHale. That
Oh.
scene where he came in and was yelling at him and telling him like what a
Yeah.
POS
What,
he
you've
was.
only watched season 1?
Did
or
you
watched-
finish?
I started season 2, and then my wife goes, "If
Get
this is
ready
gonna,
for season 3, Mikhail.
she says if this is gonna be more yelling and like anxiety,
Yeah.
I can't watch this."
what was what would
don't.
you call the season?
Pre-watch the show.
This is not spoiling anything. On season 3, episode 1, they do like a whole montage of just different scenes that are gonna happen throughout the season.
Yeah.
I thought that was brilliant. It was like a whole artistic episode.
Everything that show does, I love
Yeah.
and I completely approve.
Jamie Lee Curtis, the whole when the give birth scene.
Oh wait, she's in it.
Oh, when she goes in and talks to the
Dude,
mom.
I was so touched by that.
Wait, she's
scene.
in it. Oh,
Dude,
Jamie Lee
it's-
Curtis.
Exactly.
Well,
This
did
is
you see?
season 3.
Did you see?
Kidding.
Did you see
killing
season
you.
2?
I know. Stop,
I
stop.
got about 2 or 3 episodes in when they
You
started.
didn't see the big dinner scene, right? The Thanksgiving or
That's episode
Christmas.
7 of season 2.
No, I'm probably
It's
on
like jam packed with
This
all
is my
actors,
favorite show
all
we're
big
talking
actors.
episode 2 or 3 of season 2 is where I got.
Yeah.
Okay. Get ready because that every episode kind of gives a character the background and like makes you love each character.
When
It
I
kinda
wanted
gives
to, I
you
wanted to slug the cousin who was just like such a loser.
Get
and just-
ready, dude.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, yo, bro, what are you doing, man? This is like
They're doing that on
Rises
purpose.
up as the best character.
Yeah.
So he has a good character arc.
So they do, yeah. They do, yeah. Yeah. Or like,
I'll
is
hang
that
in
what
there.
you call it? A character arc when you reverse what
Dude.
you are and then you become a better
Yeah.
Well-
or bad or worse.
or
But,
worse? Like you
but
change
dude,
what? Yeah. Okay.
his episode of Forks, where he becomes I wear suits.
Yeah.
now.
He gets trained.
Dude, I get chills thinking about
That-
it. I love this show so much.
Yeah,
I
and-
don't know what it is that show touches
And
my soul.
what's the redhead guy from? He glowed up. He's now like a Marvel comic character.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
don't know
you're
his
talking
real
about
name.
you're
I don't know
talking
his
about
real name.
Will.
He was in that heroin, the opiates show.
No, he was in We're the Millers. He
He's
played
in
Kenny.
Death by Scorcher or whatever it is too. You
Oh,
talking about that
Scorching
guy?
Trials.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of
Scorched
the
Trials.
Maze
Yeah,
Runner.
Maze Runner, exactly.
Dude, he was
I
Kenny
don't
from
know
We're the
his name.
Millers.
I don't know his name.
With the eyebrows. His name's
Yes.
William.
I'm getting his name.
Yes, exactly.
Will something.
Isn't he the guy from the Emmy Rossum show too? Losers or whatever it's called.
Oh, you're talking about
He was in Nosferatu.
Shameless.
Shameless Losers.
I'm only on season Losers. You know what? Maybe an alternate title for that.
Exactly. They
But
could totally
I'll
do
be honest. I got into another. Not to change subject. I'm on season 1 of Shameless. First
That show's
episode.
amazing, man.
First 2 episodes, I was kind of like, maybe this isn't for me. I took a break. I came back, and now I love it.
Dude, that show's insane.
Love it.
That show's insane. And Amy Rossum. I'm sorry, big fan. Big fan.
Well,
Where
you know
going
what was
from
weird is I always thought she was cute.
there? Yeah,
That show kind of made her hot
that's what I'm saying.
a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
We were talking about her last week, I think.
Yes,
He
I
plays-
ran into her once.
He plays
Have a
the guy
story.
you're looking for plays Adam Warlock
Yes.
in the Marvel stuff, which they glowed him up, and he's all jacked. He's got highlights now. and-
His name's
He's
Will
trying to turn him
Poulter.
Into,
Will
yeah,
Poulter.
there it is. He's trying to turn himself into one of those guys. He doesn't want to be just like another dude.
Did you guys
wants
watch
to be
We're the
stuck.
Millers with Jason Sudeikis?
No, I never saw that.
So remember, he was Kenny.
With Jennifer Aniston.
He was in Maze Runner.
And he makes out with the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking about the other thing, and like I told you, I get really, with the bear. I'm like, oh man, it's my
Bear's great.
show. It's my favorite show.
It's great.
Oh, Dope
Second favorite
Sick.
show?
Did you ever see Dope Sick?
Shrinking.
That's the show he was
no,
talking
I
about.
It's all the opioid. I can't even say it. Opioid crisis.
Right.
He's in that. He's really good in that too. Really good.
He has a moment where in We're the Millers that I love, where he goes, yeah, and he's only paying me 10 grand, and then what's her
Talking about
name?
the money.
Emma Roberts goes, wait, 10 grand? I'm only getting 5 grand, and he goes, wait, you guys are getting paid? Great. A spider bit my balls. A spider bit my balls. Like the great scenes, man. He's a
Be
great
careful
actor.
with what you're saying there, pal.
Now he's
All
talking
right.
about those basketballs.
All right, let's take a little break. You're live on the Jeffy and Jeffrey Show. This is Different Way by Blondish and Zeba. Stay
There it
tuned.
is.
I don't know what we're going to do next. I'm just going to see what we're feeling.
What should we do?
I don't know. It's just like, it's
What do you do?
so much
I
activities.
don't know what to do with my hands.
Ooh, look at these tracks. I got to take a closer look. I believe these are train tracks. What is that directly coming towards me? Is that a train? Oh, now I'm dead. I'm dead because I was stupid and went near the train tracks. Now I'm a dumb ghost reading this PSA. Folks, you know how to avoid train tracks? Don't go near train tracks. Don't be stupid like me with my dumb brain and approach train tracks.
You are one pathetic loser.
If you go near train tracks. Brought to you by...
We're on.
We're on. Be quiet, guys.
Let's get back to the business. Give us the good stuff, Jeff.
That's the joy of the Jeffrey, you see. It goes away, but then it comes back.
Welcome back to the Jeffy and Jeffrey Show, live on Saddleback Radio. It's Tuesday, February 18th, 2025, and it's 5:25 p.m. It does not get more live than that, folks. And of course, I got my two co-hosts here. My often returning guest, Mr. Adam Green.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. That's lovely to be here.
Of course, Mr. Steve McLaughlin is back for his, I think, 5th time, right?
This would be my fifth. I think this is my 6th time.
Sixth timer.
Because
Yeah.
I did one with my wife Kelly, and then I've
My
done,
wife.
I've done my wife, and then I've done 5 on my own. So this will be my 6th
Yeah.
time.
So that's why you deserve the 5-timers t-shirt for free.
Thank you
Well,
so much.
Well, I should make like a 5-timers
That
t-shirt.
would be rad. I thought it was going to be green. I thought it was going to be a jacket or green. I was
All
ready
right,
for
that'd
it.
be pretty funny. A jacket.
sweet.
When are you
Yes.
gonna ever wear that?
A green shirt for Adam Green. You
Yeah.
self-centered,
Oh,
arrogant
I know.
son
That's
of
all
a.
I used to think about myself all the time. What are you guys even doing? I didn't realize you guys were
It
here.
should, you know what it should say? It should say the 5-time club.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
it. I
Like
like
Saturday
that.
Night Live. It's
I like
Saturday Night
that.
Live. That's what they have. The five-timer.
Did you watch the
Not yet.
50?
I heard it was
No.
amazing. It's
I want
3
to
hours,
see it.
dude.
I watched like
4
the
hours.
25, so I feel like I got to watch the
If
50.
it's
I was
been,
such a fan for a
if
long
it was any
time.
better than like what it's been lately, then I'll give it a shot.
It's supposed to be really good.
I kind of fell off, to be honest, in the last few years because like it got a little too woke.
Yeah.
And that's not funny.
Yeah.
And it's
even,
just not. It's
when-
just not.
Because they did that thing where they honored Adam Sandler recently, and even Pete Davidson when he presented and spoke at that, he made a joke about that. He'd said, "Adam Sandler, thanks for always reminding us that SNL was better in the '90s," and I was like, "Ooh,
It's so true, though.
It is true, but I mean,
Dude, you got to clown
There's
yourself.
been a lot of great
I think
skits
you gotta
over-
Do that. You got to say, dude, how lame we are now. You got to be like, this is, this that
comedy
was what was
comedy's
funny.
just taking a little bit of a fall."
Yeah, I think
Well,
it's
dude,
all
it's not
swinging
in the
back.
theaters anymore.
It's all swinging back though. I mean, once we start, I'm really excited for that show, that movie Friendship with Paul Rudd, and then that guy that he's like a really frustrating comedy character.
Yeah.
Have you seen that trailer?
If it's
Friendship?
anything like what's it called, the role models?
I think his name is like Nathan.
Dude.
I like
oh
Role
my
Models.
God, role models is
You know,
excellent. So
very
underrated.
underrated.
So underrated.
Really
Okay,
underrated.
so there's
so funny.
so there's this movie called Friendship. It's under A24.
Yeah.
So and this might be
A24 is good.
It's Tim Robinson. You know Tim Robinson?
Who is that?
Tim Robbins, yeah.
Tim Robinson
from
this guy.
Shawshank.
You can see the poster right there.
He moved it really fast.
Tim Robbins.
You've seen.
Oh, British guy. Is he British?
I don't think he's British.
Who is that guy? So Tim Robinson, ladies and gentlemen, is a different guy that nobody knows exactly who it is. If you guys know,
He's
who it
got
is,
his
go
own
ahead and call us in at the radio
No,
station.
he's got like his
Let us
own
know.
like Comedy Central show. Like his, I think.
We're gonna open up the line to callers. So if you want to call in,
First caller gets a Snicker bar. I have no idea.
okay. So the role models, I love Kiss.
So good.
So the touch of like the Kiss like fan base in there was good.
That was great.
It was the best part was how like McLaughlin still
my
was
gosh.
able to.
He's
Yes.
good.
He's good. I saw a really great interview with him recently, but then like how like they laid it out to where they had to do like community service and
Yes.
it was so funny. And my wife was
Yes.
like, I can't believe I've never seen this. It's
You
good,
white,
right?
you Ben Affleck. That's it. You white, you Ben Affleck.
I said, but friendship. Ben Affleck.
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Wait, what's that? What are you saying?
The little kid goes,
The little black kid.
white, you Ben Affleck. You white,
And he's like, I don't look anything like Ben Affleck. He's like,
Stereotypes him.
if you
He's
white,
so funny.
oh my god.
This is role models.
Yes.
Yes, dude. And
Yeah.
they have like the energy drink. They're always going to the urinals. It's like, dude, just watch the movie.
Is Zach Galifianakis in this?
No,
No.
it's it has
Paul Rudd and Stifler.
Then I'm not watching it.
Paul Rudd and Stifler, and it's way beyond awesome.
Paul
I
Rudd,
might have watched it.
Paul
maybe.
Rudd and Stifler, like I didn't think they
And
were
the
going to be
Minotaur. And the
the
Minotaur.
Minotaur. I didn't think it was going to be that
Wait, maybe
surprising
I've seen it.
of a good like duo them two.
It'll
but-
make you laugh
it
your
was
butt
great.
off immediately.
Huh.
Yes.
And they
Okay.
do make fun of what is it called LARPing, right? Live action role play.
Yes.
So like
Oh, I have seen
Yeah.
it.
medieval
Yeah, I've seen
times
this.
and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole thing. Yeah.
and
it's
Jane
really
Lynch
good.
plays like the person who has to sign off on their hours, and she's
Oh
like,
my gosh,
she's like out of control.
She's
She's so good. She's got good comedic timing.
Yes.
Yes.
Like 40-year-old virgin, but like even
Better, yeah.
Even better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So good.
I
She's
was
like, let me tell you, well, back in the day,
Exactly.
let me tell you, when
you
I
guys
was
want to BS each other, just BS yourselves. Just do
when
that.
I came out of prison, I used to eat cocaine for breakfast. I remember being like, whoa,
Exactly.
she
She's
killed
wild.
it. She was wild.
She's a wild lady. Like starting from 4-year-old virgin.
And
She's
her
good.
sister in real life is Kelly Lynch from Roadhouse. Just FYI. if
Oh,
anybody's
I should have
thinking
known
about
that.
it,
Which one's
think about
Kelly
it.
Lynch?
Kelly Lynch.
Oh, the blonde, the doctor.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Roadhouse. That's her sister.
Much younger sister,
Yes.
maybe.
Much hotter.
Well, I mean, that's like 40 years ago, right?
Patrick Swayze's Roadhouse.
I showed my wife Roadhouse. I showed her the original Roadhouse before I showed her the new Roadhouse.
Conor McGregor Roadhouse.
And you know what's funny was she
It
goes,
was actually entertaining.
like the newer one better?
she said, I like the original better. And I
The
said,
original's way better.
it's way better.
It's way better, but
not
the
even just a
new
little
one's
bit
pretty
better.
good.
the new
It's not
one was
terrible.
good, but I
That was
got
ridiculous.
I got to be honest with you, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor stole that movie.
Did he really?
He did.
He was so interesting.
He was
looked like,
so good.
Yeah, he looked
He's
like a
not
robot.
really like. I feel like he's not being directed well because his acting seems a little off. When I feel like he does have potential to be really good.
The
Like
director,
they need to get like in his fighter mentality
Yeah.
and then have him act.
the director said he didn't want him to be too pre-fight Conor McGregor, where he would sit there and talk
but
smack.
he's
Yeah.
so.
But he said
yeah.
he kind of wanted him to be like a nuisance, like a menace, and so he his first big acting role he took on like that of a what do they call it, like a method actor.
Yeah.
where he was like that on set the whole time, and he was a beast. I thought he was
I
awesome.
Yeah, I feel like he's undirectable.
Did you watch it?
No, which one?
The new Roadhouse.
You
The
might
new
be
Roadhouse, yes.
You
Oh,
might
yeah.
be.
His other movie. What was
You
it?
also might be right on that. He might be
I think he's
undirectable.
undirectable. I think he's too much
too
of
much
a
of an ego.
personality. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because what's her name? Remember the girl that was in Fast and Furious? That was actually the fighter as well. Not Ronda Rousey, but the one before.
Gina Carano.
Gina Carano. And
Gina
she was in it
Carano.
too, and she was such a bad actress. I'm sorry, Gina. You're so pretty, but I'm sorry.
I liked her.
Terrible actress.
I liked her in Mandalorian.
Because she barely spoke, and she goes, "Hi, I'm Gina Carano," and like that was it.
Was
Like,
that her
you know,
character
That was her
name?
lines.
So-
Those were her lines.
That was her character name.
Gina
Yeah.
Carano, I had a little bit of a crush on her because I don't know if you guys,
dude.
I don't know if you caught when they tried to reboot American Gladiators years ago.
Yeah.
and she got her big break as one of the female gladiators.
No.
And she was on there.
Yeah.
And I remember like being like, "Whoa, she's kind of pretty." Even my wife was like, "Yeah, she is pretty."
She's
for
like real. She's
for a fighter.
gorgeous. Yeah.
So then
Beautiful.
she fought Cyborg's wife, Chris Cyborg,
Oh,
and
that's a bad idea.
they unsanctioned the fight because Cyborg was on human growth
jacked.
hormones,
PEDs?
and she
Yes.
was on steroids. So then when they came back and they got her off steroids, they had a rematch, and Gina Carano beat the hell out of her. And
Yeah.
I remember I'd said to myself, she's pretty enough to where you could put her in movies. boom, Mandalorian happened, and then they cut her from Mandalorian.
Yeah,
of
because she got political.
Well, what happened was they had said something, and she made a comment, and then Disney was really in the woke thing.
You can't. Thou shall not say political commentary when an actor.
Well,
This
John,
is all after Fast and Furious. She was in Fast and Furious before she was
Fast
in
8,
Mandalorian.
right?
Fast 8, yes.
So,
Seven?
Fast 8.
Fate.
8.
6 was the good one where they were in Brazil. Or no, that was Fast 5.
I think it was
6 was UK. That's what
7.
she was in. She was in 6. You're right.
I think she's in 6.
6, whatever. So
Do you want me to look this up?
Sure.
I'll
I think
look
she's
it
in
up.
6.
I'm gonna look it up.
So then she goes into Mandalorian, and what happened was she made a comment, and it was very, very woke time. And then Jon Favreau said he wouldn't come back and direct the next season unless she was brought back.
Fast and Furious 6.
6,
Right,
yeah. So then someone else said they were going to put her in another movie, and they were like, well, she's been blacklisted. And I'm like, have you seen how pretty she is? And like, she's lost.
And what was it she said? Was
She's
it
super sweet
that
too.
awful?
Narano used to work with her when he worked with like UFC and all that stuff in the Elite XC. And he goes, she's fantastic. She was like the sweetest human being on the planet.
Nice
like,
lady.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, yeah.
All she said,
one-to-one experience.
all she said was she had said something along the lines of, because Disney was they got rid of Splash Mountain because of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they made it into the Frog and the Prince, or the Princess and the Frog. And she had said, okay, well, so we're basically replacing one thing for another, like polar opposites. So it was the same thing with like Roseanne, where they kind of like cut her loose, right?
Yeah.
And trying to have a Roseanne reboot show without Roseanne, like, come on.
That was the dumbest thing
And
ever.
they brought back
It's
Peg
so
Bundy.
Weird.
Yeah, and
it's
also
so
she
weird.
was like on Ambien, by the way, and she has a head injury as a kid, so you're never gonna be the same after that.
Yeah. So
So
then,
that's why she did so well as a comedian, is because she's wild.
yeah. And then the Gina Carano blew up after that, and the online.
I was talking about Roseanne, not Gina Carano.
I know
I was
you
like,
were.
who are you talking about? I don't know about that
She
one.
got hit in the head by a car accident.
Kicked by a donkey, her eyes go right back, you know? It's just like,
Well, then
her eyes are
McGregor.
crossed. and it
McGregor
goes,
had the
boom,
same.
kicked by a donkey.
He had the same thing where, like, when he came out in that, and the first thing he says is, "I got a message from your father," and he like, poof,
Yeah.
and he like punches the guy in the face. I remember
Yeah.
being like, "Oh my god, this movie's gonna take a hard right turn, and it's gonna be great." And it was. It was
Yeah.
good. It
No,
was fantastic.
serious action.
Which
right after
movie?
that.
Which movie are you talking about
the
now?
new Roadhouse.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't think it was as good as the original.
The original is
so
artwork.
classic.
Yeah,
but
the original's art.
But you were right, dude. I think Gyllenhaal did a really good job in that acting.
Gyllenhaal's
a great actor.
He was great in that.
And actually, I would like to hang out with that guy. He seems like a fun dude to hang out with. Like,
Lauren's met him a couple of times. She said he's fantastic, and he's hilarious, and he's sweet, and he has seriously. I'm pretty sure he has no facial recognition. He's one of those guys, so he doesn't know anybody when he sees you.
Oh, he's like
"I don't
Brad
know who you
Pitt."
are." Yeah, he's one of those. I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive.
Okay,
I
let's-
don't
but
know
you
for a
meet
fact.
so many people though.
Yes.
Let's take a hard right turn.
Yeah.
If I could hang out with any like
We got like a minute.
that's fine.
Bring it.
I'll take 20 seconds. You take
Split
20
it.
you
Split
take
it.
20.
Split it. Go.
I would hang out with Shia LaBeouf, and I'll tell you why. Is because he is.
I feel like this is going to be a longer time
There's
of
no way
explanation.
this is gonna be 4
I
more
still
seconds.
technically got 10 seconds
you got 4 left.
because of his like little bad story about his thing when you watch that interview about what happened to him when that night he got arrested, but also because like the he takes these movie roles and he's been on John Bernthal's podcast.
10 seconds.
Who would you hang out with? Shia LaBeouf would be my guy who I'd hang out with.
Yeah,
for that.
he's
gonna-
just.
Or Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I'd be friends with him too.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is much sweeter.
Adam, who would you be friends with?
I'd be friends with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Like, who'd you go have a beer with?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, Henry Cavill, dude, the British gentleman.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the latest movie? What was that movie called? The atrocities of doing the British War, or whatever it was, the Ministry of Unextraordinary Gentlemen.
So yeah, it had that name.
So good. And like, dude, he blows my mind. And like, I met him before, and he was the sweetest dude.
Is he
He's
gonna
such
be the
a
new James
British
Bond?
gentleman. No, it's somebody else.
He
There's a
auditioned
new
like 20
Superman,
years to be
too.
Bond too.
I
I
thought
saw
he was going
that.
to be the new Bond.
I saw an audition for Bond.
Yeah,
20 years ago they showed
Right.
recently.
He tried. He wasn't.
Jeff,
he
who
wasn't
would you
right
hang
for
out
it.
with?
I said Jake Gyllenhaal. I would.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, he doesn't want to
Are
hang
you,
out with
okay,
me.
now are you
Talk to
talking
me.
like? Are you talking like? Are you talking like Donnie Darko, James?
I can't think of it. I have like plenty of
gotta
actors, but
think
I feel
about
like I
this
could
one
hang
for
out
Are you
with
talking
Jake
like
Gyllenhaal
young
off the top of
Jake,
my head.
where he was like Donnie Darko, or are you talking about like now Jake, where he's like
He's
more...
like, did you ever see that joke he did on Ryan Reynolds where he told him to wear the Christmas sweater at the party, and it's him and Hugh Jackman, and they're cracking up, and then Ryan Reynolds looks so
It's like one of the
discontent.
first. What was that thing called? Vines? Like the first Vines,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Oh,
was
I
like
don't
one
know.
of
It
the
was just
old
a
school-
photo of them like
Yeah.
cracking up because they tricked Ryan
Did
Reynolds.
you
too.
like The Witcher?
I didn't watch it.
first season,
I know
they
it's Henry Cavill,
replaced
but I
him.
All right, we're going to take a little music break. They're going to talk about The Witcher. This is Disease by Lady Gaga.
Disease.
You're on the
Gaga.
Jeffy and Jeffrey Show. We're going to get into some news when we get back. Stay tuned.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. From those delicious barbecues to special birthdays and unforgettable family get-togethers. The same way you plan for those important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster like a hurricane, flood, wildfire, or tornado. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started today at ready.gov/plan, period. A public service message brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Oh, wow, is that a moose? What a majestic animal. I better get very close to it for a nice selfie. Oh, wait, now I'm being stomped to death, and here I am, a dumb ghost, reading you this PSA. Folks, believe it or not, people have this weird tendency to approach wild animals, especially ones that have the capability to injure or kill you. This actually happens in real life, so be sure to maintain a safe distance from wild animals, because guess what? They're scared, wild, and unpredictable. Brought to you by the Jeffy and Jeffrey Association and the Jeffed Up Council.
She's like back to being a lady, Jeffy.
We're live, bro.
You know what I mean?
She's back to being a lady.
Here's another one. You ready?
Wow. Wait, do a big scream, Steve. Can you do one?
Is it okay with Jeff?
I want you to hear the lyrics first. This is the
Can
whole
you do
point.
it? Can you do like a hair metal scream? We know he can do it.
All right, next break. When they cut from the lyrics.
Say when. Point at him.
No,
You
it's
do.
coming now.
Point at him. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
There it is. There it is. See?
Still got it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Still got
That's
it,
what I'm
baby.
talking about. You can't just do that. Not
right.
everybody can do that on the planet.
I
Probably
know,
about
it's-
10% of the planet can do that.
All right, I'm going to try
Thank you.
it.
8 or 5% of the planet
Thank
can
you,
do it.
sir. Appreciate that.
I wanted to address this news because one of my PSAs is to not
2%?
take selfies with wild animals, right?
Oh, here it is. This one's good.
So I got to start my news up. 1 second.
News.
I have. That's
The best one.
Was that it? Wait,
No.
Did you do that?
He had one where it was like news. Here it is. Listen.
That is him, right? That's your voice?
It's all me.
That's pretty close.
That's good.
A Canadian tourist lost both hands after a shark attack off Thompson Cove Beach in the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Caicos.
Caicos Islands. I don't know how to say it.
Turks and Caicos.
It's so funny when I mess up a word, isn't it, Green?
It's not. That was just terrible.
The 55-year-old woman was reportedly 55-year-old, by the way, trying to take a photo with the 6-foot shark when it bit her. Witnesses rushed to help using clothing to stem the bleeding. The species has not been confirmed, but reports suggest it was a bull shark. Shark attacks are rare in the region, though authorities urge caution. Experts warn that increasing human activity in the ocean is leading to more encounters. The victim has since returned to Canada for further treatment.
Oh my goodness.
So this is proving my very point once again. Do not take selfies with wild animals.
Right?
It's
Right.
so
Especially when you're in Turks and Caicos.
Turkey Caicos.
Turks and
Earlier,
Coca-Cola.
earlier he said
turkey.
Earlier he said Lady Gaga, and I was
Lady
like,
Gaga.
I respect
Lady
that one.
Gaga.
That was funny.
That's my fun one, though.
Yeah.
Caicos.
Turks and Caicos. I think it's close to Dominican Republic. I don't even know what to do.
You put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Haughty.
Hey, sometimes.
Haiti
Hey,
and
I've been
Dominican
saying
Republic.
something like not ecological.
That's
Oh
great,
wait,
man.
you just reminded me
I don't even know
something.
what to do. That's
My wife
right.
has a friend who says things like instead of saying Ozempic, she calls it Ozempica.
Yeah.
Or it's balsamic, she goes
Yeah.
balsamica.
Yeah.
She has like
Adds
a
on for
she has like
fun.
a at
Okay.
the end.
Fun?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's for fun or if it's
this,
a real thing.
This has been bothering me. I hear this often, and it's
Okay.
been bothering me. So I want you to read what I'm gonna write down.
Let's do it.
Not with any sarcasm, right? Just
read
how to
it.
read it. I'm
Just
not going to
read
think
this
about it.
phrase, and I just want to hear how you say it. Okay.
I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to think about it. You're going to get
All right.
it. I'm not going to be like, hey, I know what you're thinking
All
right
right.
here.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Steve, please.
All right.
Check this out.
You said check this out. Okay.
Check this out.
All right. So what I hear a lot on the, like radio and stuff, they go, "Shake this out."
No.
Yeah, I hear this often.
What radio are you listening
It sounds
to?
like they're saying shake, But like, how are
Shake
you
this
saying?
out.
Shake this out.
Shake
Yeah,
this out.
I've heard. I hear this.
At the
Like,
beginning.
it's so annoying. I'm like, why are you saying it like that? Stop saying it like that.
Well, hold on. It's a radio thing. We go check this out instead of check.
No,
So
but
say
it sounds literally like
it out.
shake this out.
Check this out.
Is
Yeah.
it because they're like trying to have swag and sound cool?
I don't
is
know.
that-
I
that
think
might be
it's
that.
like
It might
one of
be
those
Gen
things
Z.
where they like milk or something. Like
Yeah.
it's like one of those things.
Okay, so people who say milk instead of milk, they also say pillow instead of pillow. And that kind of I don't it doesn't bother me, but I do make like a point to interesting.
Interesting. Wait, this just in. I have another celebrity endorsement.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Jeremy Gelato, the Jerthin Jeffrey Show on Saddleback Television. Yeah,
Oh, that's a Biden.
right here.
Oh God. Okay, question.
Messing this up.
How do you say
Joe called in.
You know, Joe Biden. Oh,
Joe
he
called
tried.
in.
He
Yeah,
tried. But
good
you're
try,
You're just
Joe.
getting a little old there,
how
man.
do you say the spice? It's called basil. How do you say it?
Basil.
Okay, so when I first started dating my wife,
Basil?
I used to call it basil.
Really?
And she goes,
Basil.
Basil? Who are you? What do you think you're Austin Powers? And I was like,
Basil.
It took me a moment. Like it took me a moment to be like, Basil,
Yeah.
what's happening, Basil?
Yeah, Basil.
And then I remember being, is it not Basil?
Basil.
So then I used to say, instead of Sandra Bullock, I used to say Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
Bullock.
Is it Sandra Bullock?
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra
It's Sandra
Bullock,
It's
yeah.
Sandra
Sandra
Bullock.
Bullock.
Yeah.
So that she gave me a hard time for that for a very, very long time. Oh wow. I know. And then there was a couple other things that I realized I wasn't pronouncing correctly. Sorry.
I had a couple words that are like that. Sometimes I'll say it differently for sure, though. But I don't mean to say it. Also, it's just it happens. When I'm reading some of these words, I'm like, I don't even say it like that. But when I'm reading it, it's weird. It's like I happen to say it out loud differently.
I thought you were going to put up something like wild up there, and I didn't know you were going to put up 3 regular American words.
Yeah.
So I was like, what?
Same.
No,
Check
but I
this
hear
out.
I hear
I'm like-
shake this out. It's like shake this out, like shake.
I
I
was
would
ha-
love to hear
I was
it.
expecting like a big word.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, seriously.
No,
I was
it's
ready
so
for something
annoying to
big.
me. I hear this on the radio all the time where ad read that's all they're saying is shake this out.
Maybe next time we do like a segment on that where you put up a big word and we see who pronounces it like how and
Yeah,
what.
that'd be
you know what I mean?
interesting.
Yeah, but those words like you don't think of them all the time, so I have to like as they come to me.
So how about this? I don't know if this is weird or not, but out of nowhere, probably about like less than a year ago, I started saying, instead of saying ours, I started saying yours and mine's.
Yours and mine.
Yours and mine's, because it in English, like proverb or whatever, it basically has more like what do you mean? Like it's more like
Yours
it
Inclusive?
Inclusive. Like,
Yeah.
it belongs to. It's like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's like an adverb for belonging.
Yeah.
And instead of saying ours, it's like singularly like kind of makes it more
Inclusive.
inclusive. So
Yeah.
it sounds more like it belongs to each of us
Got
versus
it.
just both of us.
Well, what
Okay.
about we? You do we.
I
instead
do
of you
we,
and I.
but
just not.
I literally
yeah,
just
it's not
I have
ours.
a post-it on the
Ours.
fridge now, a post-it that says stop saying yours and mine's and start saying ours.
Yeah, you're supposed to say ours.
Because my
Wait,
wife,
I'm confused. Are you saying yours or ours?
no, I'm
more?
saying yours and mine's versus ours.
Yeah, you're supposed to say ours because you
supposed
want
to-
to make it a unified
Yes.
thing.
So I looked it
especially
up.
For a couple.
I looked it up when my wife pointed it out, obviously, because that's what wives do.
Yeah, that's what they do.
And when I looked it up in the English dictionary, it says that it is like pertinent to certain like occasions and certain sentences. And so she goes, "I'm not buying it, and I want you to start saying ours. Cut that from your thing." So I literally
you
have
kinda gotta
I have
do
a.
It's true, dude.
You
You kind of got to do
You
this
kinda
stuff.
just got to do it.
They just gotta do it.
It's on a post-it now on my fridge that says, "Stop saying yours and mine's, say ours." And I'm like, okay, so I'm now trying to cut that from my vocabulary.
I like because you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You're going that's yours, and you're adding an S on it. And instead of saying that's mine, you're trying to be a little bit of polite by going that's mine's. And that's yours, and this is mine. And instead of just going
That's
this is ours.
mine,
This is ours.
this.
Exactly. You're going this is yours, and that's mine.
And
That's so cute.
she said that she goes,
And that's what it
mine's.
is.
She goes, mine's isn't a word, and
It's
I'm like,
not.
well,
that's what I mean. It's like
cute
it's
and
kind of
charming
not.
though.
Yeah, it's not. That's what
I'm
you're
Irish.
doing.
I can get away with it.
Yeah, it's sweetie pie stuff, but I think you should just go ours, dude. Yo, it's ours.
Yeah, ours is
for
good.
sure.
Yeah,
Ours
we
works.
are. Yeah, we are totally wheeze at my joint. Like I just hand my check over to my wife. I'm all, that's ours.
Absolutely.
Enjoy. I just want the hard check in my hand for a second. I'm like, enjoy that.
I
honey.
eurned
Pay
this,
all the bills.
and I give it to. She's our accountant as
That's
well. so-
ours. I'm all, this is not yours and mine's. I'm all, this is ours. Because both cars are ours, both children are ours,
you're-
the house is ours.
So your wife's your family accountant as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, dude, I hand over
Absolutely.
all the money.
Absolutely.
That's it.
I send
mean,
everything to her.
Her dad's an accountant.
Of course.
Of course she's the accountant.
You know,
dude.
they say the greatest relationships
And he
in
gets
the
an
world.
allowance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She gives me an allowance.
She's
She's
an
like,
allowance?
don't. No. She goes. If anything, like,
I'm just
if anything
kidding, I made
pops
that
up,
part up.
no. If anything pops up, she's like, you spent over $50 at Target. I'm like, oh, it's for this, 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 and this. I'm like, okay. Cool.
How do you not spend more than $50?
Well, no, I'm just saying,
Or how
like,
do you not?
If I do something crazy, I'm like, dude, I just bought this new pants or whatever. Blah blah blah. It's like. She's like, why'd you buy new
You can't
pants?
walk out of Target without
You can't-
spending
like,
less
you
than
know what I
$50.
mean? It's like, yeah, you gotta be justified. I'm like, dude, my pants are ripped in the crotch. Like, we gotta get a new pair of pants, or I need a new pair of shoes.
That's
like,
a good
You,
excuse.
well, you see,
Yeah.
you see slip-ons at Target for like $8, and you're like,
Oh,
why not buy
man.
those? You know?
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
It's funny.
Yeah. You
So
just-
she does the same thing where I
Yeah.
used to have a business account, and I don't know if about you guys, but we do Mondates once a month.
oh, rad.
And it's
A
either like
what?
Mondates.
What are Mondays?
I like
Spell
it.
that.
So our days
I
off,
already like it.
MONDATES, like Monday. but
Okay.
on
I knew
Mondays.
what you meant, Steve.
So Sundays,
I'm trying to clarify for the audience here.
I knew exactly what you meant.
I know what you meant.
Well, so okay, we joined a winery because the winery like fee versus what you spend there was cheaper than going out on a date like
Yeah.
in a month.
Yeah.
You used to go spend $100. And so we did this thing where we were like Mondays because our days off are Sunday Mondays to clarify, and so we did this thing where like Mondays, and I noticed that like we don't go out, we don't go to bars, like that's our thing. Like even when my band used to play them, like I kind of stopped doing
And
that.
I love going to bars, so
I
I
do
understand
too,
what
yeah.
you mean. So I'm about to finish a year or so
Yeah.
after you're done.
And
'cause
so-
I got a commentary on that. for
I
sure.
had this little special credit card that I opened, and it's like it helps like boost your credit and it helps save money for you. And I used to strategically put like $20 per month in there. So when I would go to bars and I would get all excited and go up and start buying shots and whatever, the bartender would go, "This card didn't work," and I knew that was my time. Okay, you're done. Like,
Yeah.
that was my little thing. I used to
your
do that for
cap.
myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
my cap. So
personal.
then I give her all my money. She pays all the bills, and then same thing when we go to Mondates. I'm like, I'll get the pizza, you get the wine, and our wine that we're gonna pick up from our membership. But
Yeah.
okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, we don't go on a lot of dates. Like, we'll go on a date every once in a while, but we went to our first movie. We went to saw Captain America last weekend. The first one we've seen in like for 6 years.
So you still go to the theater?
2019. We have not gone since 2019.
Okay.
That was our first movie since 2019.
Same.
And so we went and saw that. That was awesome. But when we buy alcohol, like instead of going out to bars, we literally go do the 6-bottle thing. We're like, give us tequila.
Yeah, when
us
they give you the
vodka,
30% off
give
at
us-
the Ralph's
yeah,
and
you go to
stuff.
pavilions. You go to pavilions, you get 30%
They
off
do
for
it
buying.
at every
So we
grocery
get
store.
the monsters, and our bar is loaded, dude. We're absolutely loaded
Yeah,
with liquor
it's
all
silly,
the time.
and then you think it's silly when you buy like a $20 cocktails anywhere.
It's
so
embarrassing to
stupid.
yourself.
You and I had a conversation about
Yeah,
that. Where
it's embarrassing.
We were like, beers out is like you're looking like $8 or $10.
That's fine. I'll deal with that.
When you order
You're
like
paying
a
for the camaraderie. You're
yeah.
paying for the
Yeah,
party.
but
essentially.
the
You know what I mean?
cocktail goes
Yeah.
down too quickly. It's
Yeah.
like for $20 and it's just a little shot.
Yeah. It's
well, the place Jeff and I last time him and I went out, it was $8 for like a beer.
Yeah.
And then for a shot or a cocktail was like $16. And I remember
I was actually mad that we did that.
I was too. And he even said, he goes, "This is why I say we should have just like stuck to beer and then
Right.
like done a bottle
Also,
back at your house."
we should, if we're gonna do shots, sneak in the bottle, man. Like if we're
Right.
gonna do that,
or
like
just go to the car.
yeah, exactly.
My
'Cause-
mom used to do this thing where I used to get mad at her, where we go to a restaurant or like whatever for dinner, and she'd order like a Sprite or like a lemonade, and I'd go, "Oh,
just
that's
pour
it," and then she would like
So,
pull it down the
sure.
table, yeah,
Smart.
and I go,
My mom did that,
and-
too.
And now I'm like, dude, she had the right idea.
My mom did that.
Or like the other one is it's the price of business. You're like,
Your
dude,
mom
we are
and-
spending $400
my mom
bucks
could've hung
tonight.
up.
Get ready. We're spending $400 tonight and we're going out. And like you go out and you enjoy and you go nuts
Yeah.
and you dance and you just buy the drinks.
I heard it's like the best
buy
way
the ticket, take the ride kind of thing.
when you've really made it. Is the goal? The goal is you can go out and not worry about what you're spending on dinner.
That's what you have to do
Well, and
if
then
you're gonna do it.
And then speaking of Mondays, I have mundanes where I just don't do anything on Mondays.
Well, I was about to say with that one, we try to do Sunday is no spend Sunday. Like we try
That's
to
a good.
spend
I love
Smart.
that.
I like
yeah,
that.
you're trying to do one day a week
like
where you
that.
don't
I
spend
love that
any
for you.
money whatsoever. Like that's a hard one to do. But yeah, you try to do no
well,
spend.
okay, so here's why I say like when we do similar situations, like my wife and I went out the other night and we each had 2 beers, and she was like, "Oh, you,
$58.
no, well, I'll be surprised. Like,
Yeah.
with our 2 plates and our 2 beers, our bill was like $38, and I was like,
That's good.
And I was like $48, and I was like,
In-N-Out Burger.
no, it's a newer joint.
That's
in,
like 2 dozen eggs.
It's like
Yeah.
a country bar in in Riverside, and it was pretty cool. And the service was good, the food was really good. So then I told her, I said, don't whatever, no shots, whatever, because my thing has always been, maybe it's because I'm Irish or whatever. You get a bottle of Jameson, you can go home, take a few shots, but then in the morning, you put a little in your coffee, and it like serves its purpose like more than just like a party thing. You
Hair
know
of the
what I mean?
dog, baby.
I think the hair dog is
Hair of the dog is a thing.
It's a myth.
Real. No,
It is not a
it's
myth.
Real.
no, it just
So
delays
is a
it.
screwdriver.
It
Or so is
just
the Bloody
delays
Mary.
it.
They're real, man.
Bloody
If you're
Mary.
gonna get that hangover, you're gonna get it no matter what.
I'm with you. Bloody Mary, like when you
Bloody Mary, screwdriver.
I heard
you
of.
gotta
I heard,
do it.
you know what I heard
Gotta
the
do
biggest
it.
cure is? Bacon.
I love bacon.
I
Why
heard
do you think they put bacon in a Bloody Mary?
Yeah, there you go. It's in there.
Olives, bacon,
Or
jalapenos.
mini slider.
Okay, well, let's touch on that real quick. I went to this place once.
You got 30 seconds. Can you do it in 30
I
seconds?
can't.
Micro machines.
I went to this place once that had like bacon in there and celery and whatever,
Yeah.
right? There was a slider on one
That's
like
what I mean,
skewer.
slider.
There was like a taco on another skewer.
Yeah,
there was
big
like a
taco.
fruit thing, but it was all fruits that like go into a Bloody Mary on another thing. And then the last thing had a straight up piece of steak on it.
They should hook a little extra shot of vodka on
Actually,
It was like $37, but it was so worth it. It was like a meal. It was a meal.
Actually, after this break, I want to talk about our little Bloody Mary experience that we
Let's
had
do
at
it.
Belmont.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Which one?
The spices.
Make your owns.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh,
Me and you,
all
Jeff.
right.
Don't include Steve. Don't include Steve.
No, but it's a funny story because we.
With
okay,
today's
we'll get back.
best of Jeff.
Yeah, mic check, it's the Jeff and Jeffrey
Ooh.
show. On the
I like
air,
that.
Hot, baby. We're still hot.
Oh, we are hot.
Yeah,
On
okay.
10.
So who wrapped this?
I hire people. They just actually I hire people to write my
This is Milli Vanilli.
Might be Milli Vanilli.
Hold up, let me hear this.
Comedy gold.
You just said Adam's Green stories are bold and gold.
Chef Jeff spinning fire, cooking in the pot. Pirate's feet, hoisting laughs, X marks the spot. Adam Green's beats can't ever be forgot.
Never forgot.
Who did this?
It's called AI, baby.
Bro, that was lit.
I know. Keep going. We'll keep going.
I gotta tell you, I just read this article about AI. I'll tell you guys in a sec. It's over.
Humor's the key. Adam drops knowledge, degrees in the breeze. Go check
Knowledge.
yourself. Vibes never slack. Let Jeff cook. Beats on the track.
Let him cook.
Energy, electric rhythms never lack. The Jeff and Jeffrey show, no looking back.
Bro.
This is like that guy that does the immediate rhyme rap thing. That like he's like you give him like 3 words.
He asks
he's
people
like,
on the
pop,
street
pop,
for the
pop.
words. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
of a Jeffrey.
And of course, we are back on the Jeffy and Jeffrey show. It is Tuesday, February 18th, 2025.
Crazy.
I do have to start it back up. This is how I do it every hour. We're at the top of the 6 o'clock hour. And of course, my two co-hosts, once again, are Mr. Adam Green and Steve McLaughlin. And of course, it has been lovely for you two gentlemen to be here. I don't even have to talk. You guys can just, talk.
We have another hour. I always think that it's like
I know,
almost
I love this.
over, and I'm like, oh
It's
my
like,
gosh,
we still have another
this is
hour?
So great.
Yo, I could rock out to whoever rapped that out. Like, you need to send
I
me
was
that
actually
track.
very impressed by what that I did like
So
90s
good.
hip hop.
Send me that track because
Pretty
I'm gonna
please.
rock out to that on the way home.
Dude, I have 2 of them. There's
Yeah.
2 versions of it. Yeah.
Send them
So
both.
if
Adam,
you
Adam
send 'em up,
Green's
put us on
lines are
trial,
gold
put us on
and
trial.
gold
Yeah.
and
here's
cold.
the here's the app if you're
piracy,
interested
like,
in
how did you? I don't know how you did that, but that was.
it's called the
AI,
Suno app.
dude.
It's called the Suno app, SUNO, and you can get you go like I want a hip hop version of the Jeffy and Jeffrey show. The host is Jeff Holt. My co-hosts are Adam Green and Pirate Steve. On Saddleback, you got to write these prompts that you want it to say, and then it does.
Wow.
It's pretty interesting.
Okay. Going off of that, I'm building right now. You ready for this? I just read some crazy article. I listened to some reel. I can't remember where I heard this. And you know what? I remember where I heard it. It was off of a reel. Literally, the girl goes, dude, you guys are asking AI the wrong questions. And like millionaires are being born every day. And she goes, you guys are asking AI to paint pictures of silly stuff and blah, blah, blah. Ask AI how to make you a millionaire within a week. Like, ask it to make you money. Ask AI to make you money immediately. How can I make money immediately?
Then why did she do it?
Yes.
And did it make her $1 million?
Yes, it told her exactly what to do. Like, it's like, what business are you in? And then it put her in a business and it like said, do this on your resume, say this exactly. And it like raised her salary by like 100%.
Dude.
Does she pay
Yeah.
for it? Does she have the pay for
No, it
version
was
of
like a
ChatGPT?
free, I don't even know.
What
I
app
don't
was
know.
this?
I don't know how far. I
ChatGPT.
don't know.
What was the girl's name?
Jimbo Jones. I have no idea, dude.
Regina Jones.
I'm just saying, all you have to do is ask AI the right questions. All AI is a fast Google search. It's not
It's like the
human.
best.
Yeah.
It's like
not
the best
artificial
assistant you'll ever have.
intelligence.
I kind of want to know, like, look into this.
It's absolutely just fast Googling
Be
for
honest,
you.
have
and
you done this?
No, I haven't done it. I just heard it like an hour ago.
Okay.
Like before the whole show, I just heard it. And I'm like, well, that's genius.
So
I'll see if I can pull
when
up
you
the
go
video.
home and you ask AI to, like how to make more money, let me know what they say. 'Cause,
I seriously want to know because I saw it and I'm like, well, that's freaking
do
brilliant.
you guys ever get tripped out on like the whole Terminator 2 concept though? Like that one day they're gonna be like, you are the insubordinate race and you are
Yeah,
worthless.
that's
And we're gonna kill you.
We
and
are
you're done.
literally doing that to ourselves.
iRobot is gonna happen. I'm telling
The
you. right now.
Matrix. The worst off is the Matrix.
Did you guys hear this conspiracy theory? And it's kind of like
it is.
it's a
I
movie
found it.
conspiracy.
We can
All
watch
right.
it at the
Oh,
next
I'm
break.
all about the conspiracy theories. Go.
Did you hear that like Matrix and Terminator are connected? And how
I
it's
think I've heard
connected?
that.
Okay,
I think
so
I've heard
it-
They are very much connected.
First
yeah.
time I heard that, I was like, "What?" And then the guy explained it to me, and he said, "Think about it this way: when you see like the future in Terminator 2, and it's all like rubbish, and like what do they call it? Like leftover like parts.
There's like human skulls.
It's
and
prior to Matrix.
It's just whatever. Remember when they go to the Matrix and it's like the whole world's all like rubble,
Yeah,
whatever.
it makes sense.
It's all they scorch the sun, whatever.
Right.
So we stay near the center of the
so
earth.
good.
Okay, so like John Connor is kind of like the Neo, like the
yeah, he could be like the
whatever.
first Neo because Neo and
So they're-
Keanu Reeves is like the sixth Neo.
So they're like fighting the machines, right? So then this whole thing, because I didn't buy it, and then the guy goes, "Dude, you're a movie guy," and I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Think about it this way: in Matrix, they're harvesting our natural energy as humans being grown,
batteries.
as battery to turn into
Yeah,
to energy."
because we do have actual
Right.
good energy, like
So like
ongoing energy.
that
yeah.
last little group of people in Terminator who were like running around fighting against the machines are like Morpheus and his crew running around fighting against machines, and I'm being like, okay, go on. And he goes, so think about it this way now. Machines have evolved to where they are like these flying little squid things now, and they can find us faster and then kill us faster. And it's like a preamp, so it's like a prequel for Terminator's like a prequel for
And
Matrix.
then iRobot is like a prequel to Terminator.
It's kind of in the middle.
Basically.
It's kind of in the middle, yeah. So I remember being like, "Oh, dude!" And then I read this whole thing online. Check it out. Tell me what you think.
I used to geek out on the Matrix, and they had like they did like they did a whole
Okay, sounds
they
pretty
did a
good.
whole we here's the point though. It doesn't matter what is all written.
Heavy, deep. Okay.
No, it doesn't matter what is all written. We are literally like writing, or it does matter what is written, but we are kind of writing a whole manual of how to destroy ourselves by
I'll
robots.
send you guys the link. Watch it because at first I was like, "Meh," and then I like
Yeah.
we're all three movie guys, so I remember being like,
Yeah.
And then I read into it and I was like, "Dude, it kind of is legit."
Yeah, the Matrix had a whole Animatrix anthology series, and they did the same exact thing where the
Did you watch that?
yeah, I watched that.
You watch Animatrix? Did you watch that?
No.
No, and they did a whole episode.
No.
They did a whole episode where how the humans like put like blacked out the sky.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about doing that, and then the robots got mad at how the humans got treated them. That's kind of starting to happen.
So check out the Matrix Terminator like conspiracy thing because I remember when I
It's
read it,
crazy,
it's
yeah.
kind of
Well, then
spot
let's
on.
do it. Let's do it. How does the world end? How does not even like conspiracy theory, not anything.
So-
how does the world end go?
The whole thing that where they
No. Just your opinion.
Okay, my opinion.
How does the world end?
I'll tell you right
The
now.
world ends. How does the world end go? 30 seconds.
I don't know if we have enough time.
No,
for
30
this.
seconds.
we
30
got like
seconds.
about
30
10
seconds.
minutes.
I'm doing like a
the
wild
world-
thought. If you guys are gonna go this deep on it, like how does the world
If
end?
the world's gonna end, I'll be honest with you. I think for years we've lived so civilly, and what's his name? Gary Vee says we could be just offing each other and just record numbers like every couple seconds. But like the fact that we've learned to live so civilly, I think what's going to happen is social media has made so many people so self-centered and so deluded that everyone's going to start thinking like I'm a queen, and if every girl's a queen and every dude's a whatever, like then they're all going to think they're superior to each other, and then sure enough, Wild Wild West like outlaw stuff's going to start happening on the highway. It'll start
Yeah,
happening.
like the
in
Walking
city.
Dead stuff will
Walking
happen.
Dead.
So you're called Civil War.
I'm talking
That's
like
how
civilly.
world ends is Civil
What's
War.
that show that we were talking about that
What
has,
could happen in our country doesn't mean it
That's
happened
why.
all
What's
over
the
the
show
world.
that I was
That's what
telling
I'm
you
saying.
that's supposed to be post-apocalyptic, but it's
Last of Us.
Last of Us. Or no, the one that's civilly, where they go to the different states and they're like, here in this state we do this, and here to.
There was a movie about that. It
was
was
a movie.
literally called Civil War.
Okay.
With
I
Kirsten
never
Dunst.
saw that.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then what's the show that we watched? The Outland or the Outlanders or no?
Outlander's the Scottish one.
No, the one that's the Badlands. Into the Badlands.
I never saw that.
No, I
Into
never
the
saw it.
Badlands is a perfect portrayal of what is going to happen, where they torch technology, they torch electricity. We go back to having to. Okay, so
We're on horses.
think of it this way: Mad Max meets like.
Yeah, I could see how we could end up being Mad Max
To
easily.
me, okay, so when you think about all that, you think about Last Man on Earth, and when it's 2 or 3 years down the road, if any of this actually happens, if everything goes to heck, like the nuclear weapons, not the nuclear weapons station, but the nuclear power plants, they all melt down. And those things are they all blow up, and like those are all uninhabitable places now. So you have all those joints across the nation as well. So is that going to be something everybody's going to have to avoid when this happens, when the Civil War happens, or is that like something? What are you taking into account on that? With the Civil War?
It's like,
you
well, it's like
sure?
you're talking about steps now. Like, where
I know,
are we going
this
to
is
end up?
big.
Because like, what
'cause
is
you're
that?
calling Civil War?
What is
the
that
end
video
of
game?
Civilization. You're calling Civil War as the end of civilization.
So
What do you think?
are you sure you haven't seen Into the Badlands?
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Well, okay, so each region they have areas. Sorry, each region they have areas that you have to avoid because there was
There
combustion.
you go. Oh,
there was
then there you
combustion.
go. So that's what I'm telling you. I'm like, there's going to be
See?
stuff you have to avoid.
And so then each
My dad used to work for serious like covert ops stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, that's why
Okay.
I know a little bit of stuff.
that's classified. We can't, ladies and gentlemen, we can't talk
okay,
about
so
that.
wait, so Jeffrey, how do you think it's going to end if it
Yes.
all ends? Go.
Well, are there people still going to be alive, but barely in any?
I'd
Are
go
we
with-
just
I'd
talking
go with
about how we
barely, yeah.
completely destroy ourselves?
Either one, whichever one you want to go with.
I think it's gonna. I think it's kind of like a destroy ourselves situation where, nuclear fallout, like the show Fallout,
Yeah.
has a bit of an accurate depiction of like we're not going to be like robots walking around, but I think that we are gonna cause so much radiation fallout from these nuclear plants if we're not careful.
Yeah.
And we might. I don't see how like they say. Like, I like the idea of having nuclear energy because it could, like, they say no one's ever actually really died from it except from, what is it? Chernobyl.
yeah.
But I just think not every nuclear plants, we haven't had enough nuclear plants to have enough mistakes. And I think once we have more and more nuclear plants, we're going to have some mistakes. And those mistakes are going to be way more detrimental than, just if you make one, like, we're going to have a Homer Simpson at a nuclear plant. and
He's all,
he's-
burp, burp,
yeah,
burp,
I'm
burp,
gonna go
burp,
get a
burp,
donut.
burp.
Yeah, I'm just the son of the owner of the nuclear plant, just working here.
So you guys are more on the same wavelength. You think it's gonna be like a nuclear thing?
I haven't even gone yet. I'm not,
I thought
Oh.
I thought that was yours
No,
thing. I
that's
was kind of
not
agreeing
mine.
with you. I think it might be a
All
nuclear
right,
thing.
hit
Oh,
me
not
with
even
it.
at all.
But it
Tell
might
me
be
what you think.
robots too.
I
Tell me
don't
what
think
you're
any of
thinking.
those.
What
I
are
don't
you
think any of
thinking?
those. I think the powers that be are not dumb enough to ever do anything like that. That's my personal opinion. I think all they do is just flex their power all the time because they like to go back and forth with their power trips because they're like, oh, I got a bigger than you, and I've got a bigger than you, and I've got a bigger than you, and I think it's all baloney. And I think it's all to scare everybody in the whole population.
Not to cut you off, when you say powers that be, are you talking about like the politicians? Or are you talking
PUTIN and BIDIN, which is now CRUMP,
okay, all right.
et cetera.
I thought you were talking about like God. And I was
Oh,
like,
not even
this
close.
is gonna get deep.
No, not even close. Not even close.
go ahead.
No, I'm talking about the big dogs
All-
that think they own all his land and stuff.
Yeah, and it's
But
ego.
they know they could ruin the entire planet if they shoot off these things because they know they're going to get
So
retaliated.
far, we have not, though.
It'd be like this. It'd be like this, and that's over.
Yeah.
So you're thinking
It'd be over
nuclear
in a millisecond.
power plants, and you're thinking more nuclear war.
No, I'm thinking. Yeah, it'll never. Yeah,
Nuclear deterioration.
I think it would never happen. I think a nuclear war would never happen, and I think that everybody is literally. It's going to
We
happen.
still haven't done anything.
If
yet.
anything breaks down, it's going to be just from the planet just going, dude, that's enough.
So
And
lack
then-
of resources.
lack of resources.
I mean,
would be
it's-
a good one with the dust and like the sand and like dryness and too much water and less water and whatever.
I'm getting
whatever
dry
it
right
is.
now.
Yeah, I know. But no, I just don't. I just think it's going to be a natural occurrence that
Do you mean like
ends something.
Are you thinking like ozone?
I'm thinking, yeah, I think it's something natural.
Okay.
Something
Yeah,
natural
we're just,
for the planet.
We are doing something unnatural. To
Well,
Earth.
they're talking about the ozone, like you said,
Yes, dude, there's-
stuff's going to come in from like
there's
this
a
outer
lot.
space that's going to enter
Yeah.
our atmosphere.
There's a lot because the magnetic fields are changing right now too because of the Earth's spin.
Okay.
It's going to be something natural that ends it, and I don't think it's going to be soon, but I think it'll be later.
Actually, I take that back. We're not all like we have this ego where we think we're doing it all to the planet.
Yeah.
Historically, over time, the planet has gone up and down on the temperatures.
No, we're good.
So it could just be something a natural occurrence that the Earth just decided to do.
That's what I'm saying.
So if we start to
that's
like,
where I'm going.
Okay, if we deplete like the
I think more
ozone
like that.
and like our resources start to get whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think as like
we might not be around here for that though.
Well, do you think our technology and like our like the where we're at right now that we would be able to like kind of absorb that,
Some
bounce
people
back?
would live.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. We'll do our best. Like we'll do our best.
We're not going to be
That's what I
around
think.
for this part. I don't think.
You might be surprised.
You never know.
We never know.
This
You
could
never
happen
know.
tomorrow. This could happen tomorrow.
Then the volcano
It literally could.
Then that super volcano could go off at any moment.
We kind of need a super volcano to cool the planet a little bit. So we kind of need a big volcano to go off to like cool the planet by a couple degrees.
So and okay, in the topic
Yeah,
of
my crotch is feeling quite warm right now.
wow, you
I
were,
know.
you were warning me
You
when I
guys wanna
said
get dirty?
balls
Let's get
earlier.
crazy.
God, I
I
said
know.
balls earlier, and he's like, crazy.
You can say
You were
cross,
talking about
but you
soccer,
can't-
foot, and base.
Well, okay, here's what I think.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Baseball, right?
If you're
Baseball, soccer balls, football.
I was talking just but if we're talking like global warming, like I'll tell you right now, when things start to like the ice caps start melting, well, and there's this like thing, this up and down thing.
Yeah.
If you've noticed, like I don't know if you guys caught this, but like recently, like when we were kids, remember when they used to kind of predict the weather and they were like a little closer, and lately they've been so off.
They're not even close.
They're not even close.
Because they're like, hey, did you see the upper jet stream thing, river, atmosphere, atmospheric river,
There's a cold front.
bomb cyclone.
There's a cold front in front of your house.
It's coming down your
the
nose.
atmospheric
They're like,
river's
we're way off. We're way
hilarious.
off.
And I'm like,
it's hot today. Sorry,
I felt
sorry.
like
It's not
25, 30 years ago when we were kids, like
But
they were all closer.
Exactly.
The weather's actually pretty accurate here.
It's all
but it's
the
easy to
same
predict
as
in
it's
California.
been. It's all the same as it's been. All you know is more than you knew before, because back in 1980, you didn't know that it was negative 31 in the Midwest right now. But right now, it is negative 31 in the Midwest. If you go to North Dakota, it's negative 31.
Let's see what temperature it is right now.
My
before I
cousin
go.
just posted that it was negative 31 in wherever she lives. It's one of the Dakotas or Carolinas.
I feel like the weathercasters are like the chick from Mean Girls, where
Oh,
she's
they're
like,
so hot.
there's like a 30% chance it's going to continue. That's still raining
feels
right
like
now.
it's gonna rain.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, come
exactly.
on, man.
Yes, I know. Cutting glass.
Okay, so
I hear you.
do me a favor. You guys watch Into the Badlands. Just watch the first season. The rest of it's kind of
right?
But
I
it's
don't want to dig in.
it's
though.
post-apocalyptic, and guns have been banned.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then technology has been shot, and how they do that in the show, and they don't really explain it too much, but they call it a baron.
Yeah.
Each baron, he manages a certain territory.
See, dude,
and
you have to.
he represents a certain color. So like the one baron's red, the other one's green, the other. So this guy controls oil. This dude controls. He grows poppy seeds.
There
He
you
controls
go.
like drugs. This dude does this. This dude does that, and some of them are stronger than the others. So
That makes perfect sense.
then there's people who live on like the outskirts who have to avoid certain areas. You should watch it. It's a really good show. It's called Into the Badlands.
Okay, I have another one. I'm gonna slide this one over.
Go ahead.
Ready? If you lived in the wild, wild
30
West,
seconds.
If you lived in the wild, wild West, what kind of person would you be? Would you be like a cowboy? Would you be a farmer? Would you be like
Doc Holliday.
Yeah.
I would gamble. I would party, and because you never know what day is going to be your last.
You'll be remembered. That's cool. But you know what I'd be?
Okay,
Marty
okay.
McFly's Wild West cousin or whatever, his ancestor.
That's who I'd be. I would be far and away Tom Cruise. I'd be far and away Tom Cruise, living on my own little river stream.
You're talking about the guy who was
just
like,
doing a little
Mikey,
farm.
I got supper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tell me like my hat. I'd be like, tell me like my hat's on far
Yeah,
and away. I'd
he
be
doesn't
like that
want a
guy.
gun. He wants a hat.
Yeah. Oh, tell me like my
When
hat.
he's going to go fight Biff, he goes like this.
Yeah.
He was Irish.
We're going to take a little music break.
That's
You're
what
live
I'm
on the
saying.
Jeffy and
It's like, who
Jeffrey
would you
show.
be?
Let's get
You
back
never
in.
know.
We're going to talk more about
Kansas City
doomsday end the world stuff. So be prepared, okay? All right. We're going to be right back. I love you all. You know what? I have a way better song everybody needs to listen to. This song needs to stop. It's a cool song, but
Jeffrey.
Yeah, mic check, it's the Jeffy Show.
I love this song.
It's like Naughty by Nature.
It does have some naughty little vibes.
Feel me flow.
I was listening on the way here. Here we go. Gonna feel
That's
me
my
flow.
summertime
I love that
song. It's like hard to listen to.
I like Hip Hop Hooray. Oh,
Naughty by Nature.
yeah,
not
we
'cause
are
I hate ya.
back on the Jeffy and Jeffrey
Yes.
show live on
we
Saddleback
are.
Radio. Of course, my two co-hosts here, Mr. Steve McLaughlin and Adam Green.
Hey.
Wait, give us both our call signs. Give
All right,
Steve
you
his
ready?
call sign mine.
All right, here, Steve's.
Captain
Steven.
That's me. There's no AI in that.
That's really good.
And then here's Adams. That was actually a lot harder because I had to get like all separate sounds.
It was.
I feel like I want a hot dog now.
It was. You want a hot dog?
Let's go to the Dodgers game.
Peanuts.
Get your peanuts here. All right. Well, we're talking about car accidents. Let's just get into some fun car accidents that we've been in our lifetime.
Wait. I have a question then. I have a question.
All right.
Next
Forget
question.
the car accidents. We can
Leading
reserve
up
that
to
for later.
The end of the world. Okay, I'll leave it on the end of the world. Okay. Here's a question. I just heard this one in the car on the way here. Tell me what you guys think. Would you take...
I'm waiting.
I'm going to tell you right now. Would you trade lives with Warren Buffett right now?
No.
No.
Okay. Because some people say yes.
No.
That's the question.
No.
$180 billion, but he's 95 years old.
No.
Exactly,
No,
right?
exactly.
You're trading 40 years for $180 billion.
50 years.
Do you understand what you're doing right now? You're trading 40 years of life for $180 billion.
What could you do? At 90 years old, what could you do for that?
But
with
also,
that?
that's what I'm telling you is how much your life is worth. Your life is worth $180
Dude,
billion.
you could not put amount.
A long time ago, a really smart guy told me, he said, all we have is time.
That's it.
All we got
that's
is time,
it,
man.
That's
And
it.
also the fact that Warren Buffett got the way he is because he's like cheap with his expenditures. He's probably not that fun to hang out with. He's probably not had that much fun of a life.
Here's a better question. Here's a better question.
Bring it. You got a better one than that.
Do you think that any one of us in this room has that Warren Buffett has had?
He's
has
had not a fraction of our
a
lives.
party or even any kind of partying that we've done close to like what? Come on, dude.
No.
He's
No.
probably been okay, before 40, so like think about like probably up till 1980. Because he's probably born in 1940, so like he's, whatever.
Maybe you got a little loose.
He
back
wasn't that
then.
rich then.
So yeah, exactly. So he might have had a couple $1 million back then, which is a lot for back then. He's like Gordon Gekko. But like, yeah, no, he's
Did he
not
know how to spend
partied.
it?
I don't know. I don't know how he partied back then, but I don't think
Yeah, I wouldn't
he
know
did.
either.
I know how I would have
He
partied
seems
back
like
then.
Warren Buffett.
I know how I would have partied back then, and we probably can't talk about that.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
can't talk a lot of things that we've done in our past. Let's forget that. Yo, pirates like for me. Steve and the pirate.
Come on now. Come on now.
No, exactly. I would never trade $180 billion even for the next 40 years. I'd be like, oh, dude, I'll take my next 40 years.
Yeah,
There's no
because
way.
he's probably going to die any
Die
minute
in the
now.
next 5. So
I mean,
yeah,
even if you,
there's no way.
Even if you live just your average kind of meager,
I don't
like
care.
like humble life, you're gonna have a
Exactly.
probably better life than him because with all that money comes all those taxes, all those fees he's got to pay.
Well,
all
not
his
to be
employees.
a broken record.
More money, more problems.
More money,
Steve.
more problems.
I mean, not
That's
to be a
all
broken
it is.
With
record that money does not buy happiness.
It does, though.
It can buy
The right
comforts.
amount of money sure does.
Look at the smile on my face. Ear to ear, baby.
Ear to
Yeah,
ear,
I
baby.
get that
That's a
quote. Yeah,
Ferrari.
that's
Exactly.
a Ferrari.
You want,
yeah.
you want details? Fine, I got to drive a Ferrari. 355 Cabriolet.
But,
What's
all
up?
right. Well,
It's a ridiculous house in the suburb.
The great philosopher Ice Cube says, "Mo money, mo problems."
Well, how about this? With great power comes great responsibility.
Yes.
Let's just
Spidey.
no. You can only talk now in quotes.
A penny saved is a penny earned. Don't eat cheese before noon.
Well, Jay-Z said 99 problems, but
I went to
We're,
this.
we're not
Bitch
going to be
ain't one.
friends.
I went to this expo once, and this guy
Go to
was,
Wolf of Wall Street.
yeah.
this guy was talking about this. It was an expo about how to make money, and this guy was talking about the one thing he said was there's people out there who have worked their entire lives to make their fortune, and then they're so old that they don't get to spend it properly.
Exactly. That's
And
what I'm
to me,
talking
like
about.
that's,
You know what I say?
Yes.
To me that's a sadder story than the guy who's just
Yes, it's tragedy.
That's what
You
I'm
know,
talking about. That's
worked
what I was just
tragic.
making sure you're on the right page. Like, because you're realizing, but the whole realization is your next 40 years is worth $180 billion.
Yeah. Or
That's what I'm
that's
telling
deep.
you.
No, but
that's what I'm
some
telling
deep
you.
stuff.
That's
What
why I'm
about this?
spinning the game.
What about this?
Whoa.
That's why I'm
But
spinning
also
the
this,
game.
all those,
right.
also this.
Let it play.
What if, would
Let
you
it
even
play.
give up $100 million, or would you be paid $100 million to get your legs removed?
No.
Absolutely not. It's
Can
not
I-
worth it.
How about this? Can I do $50 million for like one leg?
Sure.
And then you're like,
sure.
And then you've got metal legs.
Yo ho!
Big leg Steve.
Boom! Boom, baby.
Absolutely not.
How about
Absolutely
it-
not.
how
Ask
about-
anybody with one leg, and they'd be like, "Nope, I'd pay $100 million for my
how
fucking
about
leg back."
25 for like at the knee?
So
Like,
do you
just
want to have
ask
like a
anybody
metal
at the
leg?
knee.
Then you do like a metal leg. Well,
Hey.
dude, that's like your goal, anyways. You're Pirate Steve. You want
Hold
you
on.
want a fake
Laughing
leg?
about-
hold
You
the
played
phone.
the song.
Remember on iRobot, Will Smith had one arm that was metallic.
Yeah,
I
Luke
don't know.
Skywalker.
Yeah, you see him slap
Luke
Chris Rock? You
Skywalker.
see him
See how
slap
these
Chris
conversations
Rock?
just come all the way back around?
Luke Skywalker.
Yes,
hey,
exactly.
I mean, that's all I'm saying, dude.
Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, and now he's canceled.
He has a
So
metal
that's
arm,
that.
though, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. So
Oh,
there you go.
you think ever that Will Smith will make a comeback?
I don't like him anymore. I don't care. I don't care what he does now.
I can't watch.
I don't like him anymore.
I can't watch my favorite Will Smith movies anymore and still look
really
in the same
can't.
way. Yeah.
I barely like him anymore
Yeah.
when I watch I Am Legend, and I loved I Am Legend.
Yep.
Yeah.
I gotta think of a movie that I would still watch. I liked Bagger Vance, and I still will watch that.
Oh, I had a hard time. I really tried. I really tried to
Legend
watch
of-
Hancock. I
What
really
y'all,
tried
what
to watch
y'all
Hancock.
watching?
What y'all watching?
Legend of Bagger Vance. You turn that off.
You
We-
turn that
Nice
dish off
shot,
for
Mr.
TV.
Damon.
I rented Dr. Shavako, A Brief Encounter, and The
Bridge
Bridge
over
Over
River
Kwai.
Kwai. A late night.
A lean night.
We're quoting Unforgivable 2 or 4. I
Oh
think.
my gosh. But dude, Bagger Vance, I love Bagger Vance.
If you
I
guys-
love Bagger
if
Vance,
you
and I
guys ever
still
want-
will like it with Will Smith. In
I
it.
loved Bagger Vance, but you know what I loved even better was it was called The Greatest Game Ever Played. Shia
Oh
LaBeouf.
yeah.
Greatest golf
There you
movie
go.
in my opinion.
Do you think it's the one? Is that the one?
The best one.
Best golf movie?
I loved Kingpin.
Watch it. Have you watched it?
No, golf movie.
Yeah.
Golf
you
movie. I
watched
loved
it?
Kingpin.
I never saw it.
I loved
Okay.
Happy Gilmore, but when you watch The Greatest Game Ever
Yeah.
Played, like I cried twice.
Nah, I know.
He was Scotch
I know.
I
Irish.
cried like 17 times on Bagger
know.
Vance.
Oh.
It was about the first ever non-noble to win a professional noble tournament back in like
Yeah,
the 20s or
it was
30s.
rad.
It was
Yeah.
awesome. It was a
It's
great
really
movie.
good.
I think I heard it was pretty
And he
good.
was like, it was a true story, and he was like 16 years old. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's kind of hard. It hits hard, dude.
Do you think that Billy Madison's gonna be funny?
You mean
The new one?
You mean
It's
Happy
Netflix.
Gilmore
Or
2?
Happy Gilmore 2? Whatever.
Netflix.
Whatever.
So
It'll be as good as it can be.
so
I
the-
don't think he can be funny anymore. It's like too comfortable, too nice.
I don't know. I watched That's My Boy the other day for the second time.
I love That's My Boy.
That's a great one.
Yeah, but he hasn't done anything really funny.
That's my boy.
He hasn't done really anything funny in a
Cannot
while.
believe that movie's that good.
Well, so there's quotes of like
Well, no, Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems.
Yeah, but that's a serious role.
I didn't like Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems was great.
It's a great
I-
movie, but it's
I
not a
lost-
What's wrong with
comedy.
Uncut Gems.
I didn't.
He's
like it.
a great serious actor actually.
He
like,
is.
He
Punch
did that.
Drunk Love is one of my top
Punch Drunk
3.
Love was good.
That's one of my
Did
top
you see
3
the?
movies of all time.
Yeah, did you
I
see the
love Punch
basketball
Drunk Love.
movie? Did you see the basketball
That was
movie?
good.
That's a good
That
one.
was good.
But that's a
Yes.
serious
What was
role.
that
That's
called
not
again?
funny.
What was that called again?
Butthole Surfers.
Wow.
That's not what it's
And I said balls earlier, and he's all tripping.
That's like
on
what
me.
my 5-year-old would say if we didn't know the answers.
I'm looking.
That was where he was the scout, right?
Yeah.
That was
sorry
so
about-
good. That was such a
That is
surprisingly
it's a
good
band
movie.
name is what you're quoting as a band name. I totally
I
understand.
remember the Butthole Surfers. Yeah,
Yes, I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm
It's just a
covering
band
for
name
him.
that you can say.
Yeah.
So I love Punch Drunk Love. And
Oh
then,
my God, I
And then
love
there's
Punch
Hustle.
Drunk
It's
Love.
called Hustle.
Hustle. There
Hustle
it is.
was good.
Yeah.
There's all these like quotes and sayings now that they're saying that like you can't bring back a sequel to a classic and have it still have that classic feel.
It's,
Right.
But now
it's hard.
They're saying that like Eminem's in it, but like so and so's in
Yeah,
it. And I'm like,
everybody's trying to get a cameo in
and
this
I'm like,
freaking
cool,
movie.
but like,
I
are
hope
you,
so. I hope they're in it.
Do you
because
remember-
that sounds rad.
Do you remember Dumb and Dumber 2?
Sure.
Not the
Terrible,
one,
dude.
Not the one where they were younger, but the older
Eric
one.
Christian
Terrible,
Olsen.
dude. Yeah.
So there was a couple times where they made an effort to try to make like a newer joke where they didn't rehash an old joke, and I respected it, and I actually kind of thoroughly enjoyed it.
Did
like they
you
didn't-
actually like that movie?
I didn't like it. I'll tell you this though.
But you like the fact that they did try to do a new joke rather
remember how
than
many
rehash.
times they were like, "Oh, kick his, you know what, Seabass," and hey,
I hate when they do that
when they-
stuff.
What was it? Afraid of Felcher, knew how I felt. And the Billy and 4C,
I
this
saw
blind
one
kid.
of my friends is Frida Felcher in my phone.
They kept, Jesus. They kept
True story.
they kept rehashing these old jokes. There was one part where they made this one like original joke, and I remember being like, if they would have done it more like that, the whole movie, it could have had that like grace.
Get the vibe.
Yeah.
You pick the vibe.
Well,
You're
Jim
like,
Carrey's
let me
kinda-
just decide the vibe.
Jim Carrey also thinks he doesn't exist and stuff like that, so he's like
Dude.
doing this whole thing, and I don't think he can be even funny anymore.
Let's go back to Revolutionary world over world beginning. He decided he is not alive anymore ever since the world blew up on the Hawaiian island when he thought the bomb was going to
Remember
hit.
that call he
Yes.
talked about that call he got?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
So, do you know about that?
It refreshed my
That was
memory.
heavy.
So, there was like a nuclear warning that went off in Hawaii, and Jim Carrey was on the island, and they go, dude, this bomb is about to go off in 12 minutes
I think I remember
This is
hearing
the
about
end.
this. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Enjoy your in last 12 minutes. There's nowhere you can go. And Jim Carrey went down to the beach and found peace, and then that was that.
Who did he
And,
call? He called someone, wasn't it?
I think he made one call to somebody. He was
Sister.
on the phone with his agent or his sister or something like that. And he goes, "That's that." And I just want to say what up and blah, blah, blah. And this is a nice life. And he was saying goodbye. And then they go, "Oh, false alarm." But no joke. He was ready to end it all. And like ever since then, he's been like a different human being. And like you see him on the red carpet, he's all, "Nothing matters. I'm not even standing here.
Yeah.
Like nothing matters anymore." And like you see all his interviews after
You know
that.
what he
He's a
does,
changed
which
person.
I find interesting is
I'm sorry to change the topics.
no,
again,
no,
but
no,
yeah.
no, 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 no. Okay,
Yeah, bring it.
Listen to that because what I was telling Green, what he says in that interview is like it's deep and it's like
insanely
It's kind of
deep.
dark.
It's
It's kind of
interesting,
dark,
yeah.
but it's deep. And he says something where he says,
Yeah.
"I called my sister because I was like, what do you say when you're like your life's over or whatever." When he does now, to touch on what you're saying,
Yeah.
when he goes to the award shows now, whoever's interviewing him, he circles them like a shark. Watch carefully.
Okay.
He walks around them in a circle because he's like, I'm not
Just
even
to
here.
see
I'm
who
not
you
that.
are. Yeah, just to see who you are. He's like,
But
let me
watch
see your
that-
intentions.
That
Like,
interview,
feel your
he's right.
energy.
That interview was so heavy because you see such a funny,
It's
silly
so
guy
trippy.
talk about like his last moments.
Yes.
Was it Larry King or who was he on when he said that Conan or something?
Which one did he actually
When he talked
say
about-
that interview?
When he talked about what he said on the phone to his sister or his agent. I think it was an
can't
agent.
remember. It's like
All right, we're gonna take a music break. You guys are gonna figure out. You're gonna figure this out while we're taking a little music break. This is Melodic Avenue. I don't know this. Whatever.
Avenue.
Just listen to the music. Enjoy your life.
POCTY because I got it.
Because I PRATY. Because I got it on the Jeff and Jeffrey Show. My name is Jeff. The first three.
What is that directly coming towards me? Is that a train? Oh, now I'm dead. I'm dead because I was stupid and went near the train tracks. Now I'm a dumb ghost reading this PSA. Folks, you know how to avoid train tracks? Don't go near train tracks. Don't be stupid like me with my dumb brain and approach train tracks.
You are one pathetic loser.
If you go near train tracks. Brought to you by the Jeffy and Jeffrey Association and the Jeffed Up Council.
Shelf it. Yes, my name is Jeff. Welcome back to the Jeffy and Jeffrey Show live on Saddleback Radio. It's Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. It's 6:43 p.m.
What time is it?
6:43 p.m.
6:43 at 6:43 p.m. Jeffrey, would you switch spots with Warren Buffett right now? He's 95 years
I would
old.
not.
He has 180 billion dollars. Go.
I will absolutely not do that ever because I have 50 years on him. So
Yeah.
absolutely not. He lived a boring life. All he did was make money and never had fun with it.
That's not the point. The point is you would trade $180 billion for 40 years of life.
And be
That's the
95
point.
and old.
Time for money. Time for money, $180 billion.
No, absolutely not.
You know what? You know what?
And
Somebody
nor would you.
to put this in perspective. You know, to put this in perspective. You know what somebody told me a long time ago was it said, "Steve, you've sung like rock bands. You've been a bartender, male hairdresser. Like, you've probably lived enough in your 30 some odd years for like the average person to enjoy like 2 lifetimes."
Yes.
And I remember when they said that, I was like, "Ooh, that's really nice of you to say."
It is a
number
really
one.
nice compliment.
Yes.
But number 2, I thought it put things in perspective. I remember being like, I'm okay to settle down. You know, it was one of the reasons why I got married was because I was like, I found someone great, and you know, there's been some stuff that I've seen and done that most people will never even dream of. Oh.
Love it.
But
Keep
then,
going.
it kind of like Warren Buffetted the
that
whole
was
thing.
a
Where
tear. Was that a tear? I think I saw a tear. Did you wipe a tear?
Are you going to cry?
it was an eyelash in my eye. Let's not get all-
Lies.
Stop it.
Come on, cry.
It kind of Warren Buffetted the whole thing where it was like, would you go back and trade? No, because I tried my best to just live everything out to the fullest. And then with someone like Warren Buffett, I don't care how much money you got.
I was going to say, do you
Exactly.
need that much money?
No,
Does anybody
dude.
need that much freaking money?
Yeah, that's just beyond too much.
I've been a poor man and I've been a rich man, and I choose rich. And I'm just kidding. But
I don't. Go ahead.
I'll say this right now. I'll say this. Charles Bukowski said this once. He said,
This guy's a decent writer. For anybody who doesn't know,
he's a fantastic writer.
I
And
know.
he said, you know, I've been rich and I've been poor. And he said, you always are a better lover and a better man and a better partner as a puncher of time clocks, or as a bum than you are as a puncher of time clocks. Meaning, when you're a bum, you value what you have. You're a little lighter on cash.
Yeah.
You might be in between jobs. Or you might have
And there's like a
that's
fire
a good
behind.
one.
There's a fire behind you
it.
as well.
like you have a more
Yeah.
appreciation of what you have. Whereas when you're making money and stuff like that, you sort of have a slight disregard for some stuff.
Yeah. Well, look at a good example is Conor McGregor. when he was like poor and getting out of the plumbing job, and he
He's
wanted
a better guy. Huh?
He was a better fighter, but now he's like he doesn't have that. I mean, obviously he's getting older, but he's made it. He doesn't have anything to do anymore.
Well, watch his documentary because
I watched his documentary.
The one where he kept hurting the same foot over and over again.
Yeah.
And the doctor said if you break this foot one more time, we're gonna have to amputate it. Like,
yeah,
he's done.
he's done.
He can't
done.
fight anymore, and
He's done.
there's no reason. Like he still probably wants to have like one more big fight, but there's just that fire behind it. What I'm trying to say is he's got all the money in the world that he needs. He has, multiple generations will do fine after him. He doesn't need to keep like do anything, but there's like that fire that you don't have anymore, like that energy that you would possess when you are poor and you have that zest for life.
So they say like when champions like win the belt, the hardest thing to do is to defend your title.
Yeah.
Because you've made it.
Of course.
You've accomplished your dream, and now
Climb the mountain, man.
Now you almost have to train 2-3 times as hard to make sure that nobody takes it from you, because your mind naturally does this thing where it's like, this is what I've been shooting for my whole life. I've now made it. I'm here.
Yeah.
And to be a great champion, like GSP or like any of those dudes, you have to like sustain.
Do you know what it is? You have to imagine a higher elevation. You have to imagine like a higher mountain. And I don't mean to be like deep about it, but like, dude, you have to sit there and go, hey, wait. I'm at the top of Everest. I have to imagine a new Everest.
I have to imagine Kilimanjaro's next.
Yeah, you have to imagine a new
You're
peak.
right.
You have to go, okay,
I have to go
this
to
is
the
the
moon.
new peak. Yeah, you have to go to the next
100%
peak.
right.
And that's the only way to see it. Like, you have to see it in a new way because you've already reached your goal has always been this one thing. And you have to visualize this, envision this new thing.
Being a millionaire is not cool. You know what's really cool? Billionaire. I thought we were talking in quotes.
Justin Timberlake, Social Network.
I thought we were talking about quotes now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But no, that wasn't even a quote. That was just, you have to find a new thing because you have to sit there and go, it's okay. I've reached this. I have to go to the next one. It's hard to do. It's hard to do for a lot of people.
You know what? It's not easy just being pretty anymore. Let me tell you.
I looking at you, I cannot believe that you just said that because you are gorgeous, and I love you.
Sweetheart, I appreciate it.
Yeah. There's one man. If there's one man,
All right,
if I got a hall pass with one guy,
Jeff, what's next on the itinerary?
Well, you guys are so interested in what you're talking about. I didn't want to ruin the whole flow.
Oh, okay.
yeah. All right, I got something. You want something dirty?
Go.
Oh no, I don't have anything.
All right.
Oh, we got news. Yes. Let's reflect.
Well, I actually like this one.
Oh no.
The LAUSD has implemented a new cell phone ban effective this week, prohibiting students from using cell phones, smartwatches, and smart glasses during the school day.
Love it.
The policy aims to reduce distractions, combat cyberbullying, and promote focus in the classroom. Board members cite researching linking excessive phone use to increased stress, anxiety, and depression in students, while some parents are concerned about emergency access. Like, we didn't have cell phones like 20 years ago. Exceptions are allowed for students with learning disabilities or those needed phones for translation. Superintendent Albert Calvaro hopes the move will encourage in-person interaction, which is important, and help students to lift their faces up from their screens. And I'm all on board for this. I mean,
I love it.
And this whole emergency, we can't call the school like we used to.
No, I'm going to get my kids dumb phones until they're 18. They get dumb phones till 18, no social media till 18.
Burn flip phones. Yeah.
I don't care. Yeah.
I think that's
going to
be
get
like-
razors. They get
and
razors
also
till 18. They pick their color.
But it's also you're being almost like
we already decided it's done.
you're almost being combative on the idea.
No,
it's
not
like
even
going to soon be, I think, a normalized idea by the time they get to that age.
Oh no, because there's so many adverse effects going on with like having all the smartphones and the social media.
Yeah.
There's no way we're gonna allow it. And
Yeah.
Lauren, my wife is way too smart. Like
agree.
she knows, and she's way too educated on the whole thing. And there's no way we're gonna allow it.
And we
period,
had,
the end.
we had phones, but we didn't really grow up on phones with social media in our
No.
phones. So we have an idea what life was like
We can all
before
sit
smartphones.
here and talk about remembering what it was
Yes.
like when the internet was invented. And I remember like when
Yeah.
that happened,
Yes.
it was a big deal because you either had like Encarta or you had like AOL. And
Yeah.
Then, and then I remember when people were saying like, "Oh, I can go online." And I remember being like, "Dork," but like now it's they call
Just
it
normal.
They call the new generation the touch screen generation.
Yeah.
And when we went to my niece's graduation from
Too
junior
much
high,
information.
well, when we went to her graduation from junior high, the guy who was the principal when he gave his little final speech, he said, you know, what a great class. I'm honored. He goes, let's try to make sure we're taking care of our kids. Let's make sure that we, you know, groom them. Let's also make sure that we limit their cell phone time. And I remember like there was this weird little pause, and then like half the audience clapped.
Yeah.
And then everyone started clapping. And I remember being like, dude, he's like totally right. But also, you could see the hesitation was like,
learn to be a human first with interaction, how like in-person interaction.
Don't be afraid to be a leader and like say some stuff. You know?
Yeah.
I got a funny, silly one. I graduated in 98. So when I graduated, I got a bunch of money for graduation. Everybody gives you money, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that's cool. I'm going to buy a cell phone. And so I bought a cell phone. That was my first thing I did.
Nokia brick phone?
It was a brick, not a flippy flip. It was a brick, like Zach Morris cell phone. And I bought the Zach Morris, and I bought minutes. You know, you buy like 100 and whatever minutes. So the cell phone was like $100. Minutes, I bought like a couple hundred minutes, so like $200. No joke, it was the biggest waste of money ever because nobody else had a cell phone, and the minutes would go so fast. I'd be like, "Hey Jimbo, where are you at? Let's meet over here." Like, "Oh, I'll meet you at Golden Spoon." Like, it was such a joke back then because you had to pay for each minute. But yes, I went back to beeper immediately because I was going 143s like so fast. I was back to 143s and just going texting because texting was still only like 10 cents on the cell phone. But yes. It was just so funny. This is it's all prehistoric, but it was just it just reminded me of that.
Well, because Nokia was like you had Snake, and then to text people you had to hit like
Crazy.
3 for like an A. You had to hit like 1 3 times, and then like you know what I mean. It was real.
Or a C was 2 3 times or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Nuts.
So then it was funny because like we had friends who would all like you said talk to each other.
Yeah.
And one quick little like, hey, let's go to Golden Spoon was like 9 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was like $9.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It was like my cell phone thing was done in about a month and a half. I'm like, I'm done. Brick trash.
Let's put it this way: senior year, everyone had a cell phone, and I had
because it would have been what year?
I graduated 03.
03.
And so I got a calling card.
Yeah.
Everyone got a cell phone. And I got a calling card.
You buy the card.
And our school had one payphone, so I had to walk around campus to go to the payphone, and you had to dial in the number and then dial the number on the card, and then they would go, enter your password, and then I'd be like, yeah, I need a ride. So then, funny enough, when I remember my mom had said, you're not getting a cell phone. You're not going to be like this little cell phone guy. And I don't know what she was thinking, but I waited.
That was 1994.
I waited. I'll tell you a funny story about the Zach Morris phone in a second. I waited, and everyone got locked into those Nokia brick phones, and they had like a 2 or 4 year contract. Remember that?
Right.
And so when I got my first phone, my mom had said, if you want a cell phone, you pay for it yourself. And I was like, challenge accepted.
Exactly.
So I went and I took like 2 or 3 paychecks from my job, and I went to back then it was the Singular.
Yeah.
I think I had a Singular phone too.
Yeah. And it was a flip phone, and it was it didn't have photo yet, but it was a flip phone, and it was in color.
Yeah.
And I remember when I busted that thing out on the first day, everyone was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I remember being like, "Yeah, dude, I'm not
so sick.
I'm not calling card Steve anymore. I'm now flip phone color Steve."
Wow.
Funny you mentioned that about the Zach Morris phone. I remember when I was in the 3rd grade.
Yeah.
My dad got a car phone, and he was
The Beamer car phone?
No, he was in a Pathfinder.
Got it.
And he had this big thing, and it was big, and it was clunky.
We thought it was so cool.
So
Uncomfortable.
brickery.
He thought he was like James Bond. He was so
He thought it was a cat's pajamas.
And I remember it like didn't sit comfortably like in like its own little thing. It was all awkward. It was big. It had this stupid cord.
Dude.
And you couldn't hear the person, but he was so jazzed, and like the technology was so like,
Think
oh my
about
God.
it. Think about it. You're in your car. It's almost a satellite phone.
It
it's
is.
not even a
Essentially
regular.
was.
Yeah, it's not a cellular phone. It's an actual satellite phone.
No cell towers.
That's ridiculous. Those are like those Beamers. It's like you're driving around. You're like, oh my gosh, I actually have a satellite phone right now.
Essentially.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
one
they-
time.
they somehow they went away.
Well, you said you had a pager, right?
I did.
I remember when when we were younger.
Did you ever have a pager, Steve?
I did not.
No, I don't. I think we're kind of cut off.
Dude.
Like we're never old enough to
There
get
was
that.
kids.
I was dealing blow pops all around town.
Funny you mentioned, because I remember we had a client in our salon not that long ago who said, and you were not, if you're my kid, you weren't allowed to have a pager. They're like your generation. I was like, why weren't you not allowed to have a pager? And she was like, why weren't you allowed to have a pager? And I remember saying, my mom was like, no, because I don't want some little like floozies hitting you up. And I remember being like, what? And she goes, I gotta agree with your mom, because if you were a dude and you had a pager, you were a drug dealer.
Yeah.
And if you were a girl and you had a pager, you were.
Yeah.
Von
Floozy.
You get a little nastiness.
Yeah, exactly.
A bit of the nastiness.
A little bit of the nasty, Alex.
I like saying that one.
Yep.
I one time we were going to Monterey Field Study, and we had to leave our backpacks in this area, and I had this is when you didn't carry your phone everywhere.
Yeah.
And I left my phone in my backpack. So my phone gets stolen from this backpack.
No.
Cut to, I'm student council. I'm doing like the announcements. I think it's like junior or senior year. I'm doing like the announcements, and I overhear someone, like I'm mentioning that my phone got stolen. Someone overhears this. He's like, "Yeah, I think it was my friend that took your phone."
No, and he knew.
Yeah. So then cut
That's
to
awesome,
So
though.
cut to he goes, "All right, I'll give you." He gives me the address where to go. It's in like San Juan where the trailers are.
And it was Steve.
And it was Steve McLaughlin.
I knew it.
So I go.
Was it really
So I
No,
get,
it was not.
So
on.
I hit them up. I'm like, we're obviously still hard to get a hold of people. I go to the trailer complex.
Yeah.
I go to the trailer itself, and there's like flies flying
trailer
around.
parks.
The doors
Cell
open,
phone stealers.
and it's like that scene from Sideways where he sees the wallet in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So I see my phone like
No.
sitting next to the bed in the bedroom. The door's wide open. I'm like, hello? Hello? No answer, no answer. So I go into their,
grab it.
I just go inside their trailer, into the
something
bedroom,
like this
grab
before.
my phone,
Yeah.
leave. Cut to, I'm like walking down the hallway, and the guy that pointed me out or told me about it, he's like, "Oh, did you get your phone?"
Just that easy, just nonchalant. He's
Yeah.
like, "Did you get it?"
Yeah,
You're
it was,
like,
and
got
then
it.
I'm like, as long as I got it
I've
back.
That
had
was
to-
probably him that stole it.
Probably. I had no
He's
idea
all, I'm
who
gonna put it
lived
on a
there. I had
table.
no idea who lived
I've
there.
had situations like that where I'll knock on the front door and like a movie, when you knock it like opens, it's all.
Yeah. And do you go in?
And I'm like, hello. And
Yeah.
it's kind of scary.
It is kind of scary because
Texas
someone could have
Chainsaw
just
Massacre.
someone could have they could have been going number 2, and then all of a sudden they come out and you're like, what are you doing here?
Well, remember
Exactly.
I was with friends and this guy.
Like Pulp Fiction.
This dude he got into World of Warcraft when World of Warcraft was popular.
Yeah.
And it kind of turned into like a little bit of a heroin for a while where people like were losing their jobs and they like losing friends because they were just so addicted
digging
to
in.
it.
Yeah.
And so I'll never forget, we knocked on the door and like knocked on it and my friend's like, hello? And I'm like, dude, I'm tripping out. And he's like, you are tripping out, man. And I
No
remember,
way.
And I remember that there was a bluish hue all over the wall from his computer screen. His lights were all down, and there was pizza boxes and like Rockstar energy drinks all over
dug
the floor.
in,
Yeah,
like,
and his work's calling him. His girlfriend's moved out. Like the works.
Wow.
He's only like got enough money to pay his Wi-Fi and his like electric bill. And then same when I walked in and I remember being like, "Hey man, like I needed to draw. I gotta go. I just grabbed what I needed. I told him, and he's like, "Okay, yeah man, take it easy." And I was just, it was before the South Park episode.
Oh, my castle's being invaded.
I have to explore a tower with a bunch of night elves, and I was like,
I don't even know how that movie, thing
whatever,
works,
dude.
but yeah, exactly.
Whatever, bro.
Enjoy. We have a little league right now, and like my kids, like they don't do any video games, and like the other kids do. And one of the coaches is like, dude, your kids do. Yeah, I know.
Do not let him.
He's like, do your kids do the video games? I'm all, no. Do they do like Roblox? I'm all, absolutely not. And he's like, don't. And I'm all, I know, dude.
Well,
They're gonna be
he's
tempted though,
he's like,
because
I let them do it, and I'm like,
here's the
I
thing though.
don't. And I'm like, that's you,
Here's the
bro.
thing when they hang out with their friends
And I'm
and,
like,
they
I
got
don't
video
feel
games.
guilty, or like I don't feel like I did the right thing. I just feel like I'm like, I know I did the
They're
right
gonna
thing,
be
bro.
they're gonna be influenced though with their
Yeah.
friends that they hang out with that have video
don't
games.
care.
So what are you gonna do when that happens?
The answer is
Yeah.
no. It's like you want to go live over there, you can go live over
Well, no, because remember
know,
our
God,
generation.
put down.
Our generation was
Yeah.
like remember it was like Nintendo and Super Nintendo was like you could play with your friend on the couch.
Yeah.
And N64 changed the game because there was like 4 of us,
Yeah.
order pizza, have a sleepover.
That was fun.
Now it's
And
like
now
it's like play from your house while your friend's
Yeah.
at his house and we're talking on a headset and it's like that's our socialization. That scares me for the
there.
future.
You look like a Jill from North
but-
Carolina, you know. You're
But
like,
also
"Ugh."
the fact,
and it
Steve,
turns out to be a Bill.
Exactly. Bill from
59.
Bill from North
And he,
Dakota.
and he lives in Pigs Knuckle, Arkansas.
but Steve, you and I though, here's a thing though. We were able to play Diablo online together, and so it's like us on the phone, and then we're playing a video game together. So that's
Exactly.
fun.
Yeah,
Yes.
but remember Kelly and I were on the couch playing with you next to each other. So
Yeah.
it was a 3-person party.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it's cool and it's not.
Yeah, it's cool.
What
It's
was
not.
chat roulette? Chat roulette?
Or chat roulette.
Hey, how about
Isn't it
Every once
it's
in a
like
while we'd be like
Omegle
chat
now.
roulette. And you just laugh. And
How
every
about-
once in a while,
how about fun?
everyone's like, what?
How about fun fact real quick? When Chat Roulette first came out, because it was written as a website. So it's
Yes.
like all together.
Yeah.
I straight up thought it was Chat Roulette.
Chat roulette.
The way it was
Chat
like
roulette.
written. My buddy goes, dude, it's Chat Roulette. I'm
It's
like,
now
no,
it's now Omegle.
it's Chat Roulette.
I think
Chat roulette.
Did the
soft.
website
Everything's soft.
Omegle take over? Because like I see that's the site now.
I don't
that
even know
does
what
the
that is.
same
How do
You
thing.
just
Spelling
want to
that.
watch dudes.
How's Omegle
Doing-
spelled?
I don't know.
stuff.
I've never
I
tried
don't know
it.
what it is. Yeah.
Well,
Sounds good though.
It's time to wrap this bish up. B-I-S-H.
Play a song so I go to the restroom.
Well, the song it's
done.
over. The show's
We're
over,
done.
man.
It's 7.
What? Oh, it's 7? Oh! Let's go for another hour.
thanks for having me,
Another
Jeff.
hour. Yeah, thanks for having us.
I just got to hit this, and then we can call it.
Thank you for having me, Jeff.
KCSN
did-
HD2 Northridge.
Stay classy. Stay classy.
Did we learn anything tonight?
I
Thanks for
learned.
stopping by.
I learned that I'm gonna call both you guys when the world ends because it could be.
It could be anything.
You guys could help. I mean, we could be a good team.
Stay classy, Steve.
I don't live in San Diego anymore.
Thanks for
Stay
stopping
classy.
by. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by.
No, you stay more classy.
Thanks for having me.
You
Stay classy.
Stay classy.
Stay classy, Jeffrey. Thanks for stopping by, Jeffrey.
Yeah, mic check, it's the Jeff and Jeffrey show. On the airwaves glowing, letting everybody know. Jeff and Jeff at the helm, driving through the flow. Pirate Steve on the side, Adam Green in tow. Go Jeff yourself, get ready to groove. Let Chef Jeff cook, watch him make the move. In the studio, sparks fly like electric stove. Radio waves bump like a car straight from the grove. Wake up the city, Jeff's got tales to unfold. Pirate Steve drop jokes, comedy gold. Adam Green's wisdom stories old and bold. Turn the dial up, feel the magic unfold. Go Jeff yourself, the mic's hot. Chef Jeff spinning fire, cooking in the pot. Pirate Steve's hoisted laughs, X marks the spot. Adam Green's beats can't ever be forgot.